Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Well, Coyotes crushed by Flyers. Suns are going to be out tonight without their top guy, Kevin Durant, as they host the Kings. And we got some basketball to get into when it comes to college. Welcome in on a Friday. We're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota, Roc and Manuch with you today. No Jimmy, but you'll hear a lot of Jimmy a little bit later as we have our Jackson Rewind, where all 5 clips are from Jimmy.
3:15.
I think we could literally do it at 1:15, 2:15, and 3:15 and get away with it.
Jimmy's in therapy today, so maybe we wait till after, because he'll be in therapy after that. After yesterday, I think that he went to see a doctor and prescription, so he might be a little bit of therapy after what happened yesterday. But
he got beat up pretty hard on the show.
Oh, bless his heart.
It's bad.
Isn't that the term? Oh, bless his heart.
Well, it's not only because you were Manuch, you were on him. You were on him, Rock. I was on him, but Shu also joined the party.
When Shu jumps in, from the iHeartRadio studios, not on remote with us, then it's serious.
Yeah,
guys, all 5 clips are from yesterday's show. Like, it was all yesterday. He just jam-packed it into one
easy
3-hour
work
stretch yesterday.
Easy work.
There's no reason to download yesterday's podcast because we're going to give it to you at 3:15. So we got a long way to get there, but we got a lot to get into before we do that. Some of our guests, Sean Salisbury, will join us this hour. We'll have our Arena Sports Grill, what's on tap for the weekend, give you some ideas, give you also a couple opportunities to win some free pizza today. Eric Moses, the executive director of the Fiesta Bowl, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, he's going to join us, and we'll ask him why Liberty, as Oregon is a 16.5-point favorite in that one. We'll have Scott Spreitzer breaking down the games for us, and a little bit later in the 3 o'clock hour after we do our picks,
our locks.
We'll have our locks
week.
Later in the 3 o'clock.
All NFL locks this afternoon, since college is no. Unless you want to give a lock that Army wins. I think Army's a 2.5-point favorite in the game tomorrow with the midshipmen. So you got that opportunity if you want to.
Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day, which we'll throw out there quite a bit today. Who's your Heisman Trophy winner? Is it Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels, or Marvin Harrison Jr., the receiver from Ohio State? I think this is a landslide, absolute landslide for Jaden.
Seems to be trending that way. That seems to be the chatter.
And the reason why is he's already won the Associated Press Player of the Year, which is the top player. He won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, which is the top upperclassman quarterback. He's a finalist for the Maxwell Award. He's a finalist for the Davey O'Brien Award and the Walter Camp Award. What else? What else is there?
There's the only award he did not win for quarterback was National Football Foundation College Football Hall Award.
The academic one.
Yeah, I think it's trending that way. I personally have voted for Bo Nix because watching him the entire year, the consistency.
When did you get a vote? I never knew. I've been doing this 18 years with you. When did you get a vote?
On our site on Roc and Manuch.
Oh,
that's why I went on Roc and Manuch.
Maybe you had a Heisman.
No,
vote.
Are you kidding me?
I was like Manuch. You get Brock Purdy in the NFL, and then all of a sudden you get a Heisman vote.
Isn't there retro?
Right. If you had one, you'd have to give it back, right? Because you're not supposed to talk about who you voted for until it gets announced. So you would have had to have given it back right there.
But didn't he come across right there in that last minute that he has a Heisman Trophy vote?
A little bit.
How do you get a Heisman? Have that feel back here, yeah.
How do you get a vote? I know that Yogi Roth, we talked to Yogi, I know Ted Robinson, both from the Pac-12 Network. There are several guys that are out there. I don't know if they just go to you if you're involved in college football morning, noon, or night, and they just kind of go to you. And I'd be curious to see how many actual voters there are for the Heisman Trophy candidate. I'm sorry?
Tim Healy has a vote.
Okay. Does Van Raphorst have a vote by any chance?
No, that's actually, it was a running joke this season when Oregon was in town and we were talking about Bo Nix, that Rapper does not have a vote, but Healy does.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, and Tim's been broadcasting forever. We go back to the mid 80s. I thought, for me, it's and when you go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter, Rock, I voted. That's what I did with there.
So there's 870 total media votes. and it's called the Heisman Memorial Trust, which is media writers and personalities. So you haven't made that cut yet.
Not yet.
And it's 6 different regions in the U.S. with 145 voters per region. And when a person is no longer a voter, a representative from their state is nominated by someone else. And if they accept that, then they're an annual voter as long as they want and as long as college football is going on.
The key there is regional. I'm glad that they've got it all evened out as far as the regions, not weighted one way or the other.
Now, former Heisman Trophy winners get a vote too,
okay,
which is cool. So that's there's a lot of votes there, but there's always 3 players normally.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I mean there's the number 1 choice, second choice, and third choice, and the 3 points, 2 points, and 1. So that's 6:00 tomorrow night. So that is our question: who do you feel will win the Heisman Trophy? And that's Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr. You can vote by going to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch.
Like you talked about Marvin Harrison Jr. maybe coming back, and I'm like, wow, he'll go make $15-20 million more. Well, last night he came out to say that if he stays at Ohio State, he could make up to, and I had to listen to this twice, up to $20 million with NIL money. So all of a sudden, if he goes to $20 million plus, now, all right, I could be the first pick of the top 5 picks, top 3 picks. If he makes that $30 million, pretty much guaranteed, it's still $10 million. But when he put that number out there yesterday, that close to $20 million plus by staying at Ohio State with all the NIL money and all the sponsorships, and he's got national sponsorships coming at him. He's got all kinds of things coming at him. It's still $10 million more, but that might cause him to have a little concern about playing one more year. And I look at next year, who would be the number 1 pick next year? He might be the number 2, number 3. Who knows? He might be the number 2 pick. But I think that's pretty. I mean, for him to divulge that yesterday, I was like, damn. I mean, so you were in the neighborhood there, Rock, with potential NIL money.
You guys laughed at me. I almost made the rewind.
Well, you're sitting there and you go, I've heard of up to 15, 10 to 15. I've never heard the number 20. Yeah. All of a sudden I went, okay, now maybe
$20 million to be a senior in college.
Maybe Rock's onto something here.
Goodness.
That's like, damn.
$1 million being college. I mean, I used to remember going to the Jubilee, which was Bank One back in the day. You remember the Jubilee?
Yes. Yeah.
And getting my $20 out for the weekend, and that would get me through the weekend.
Absolutely, man.
Imagine taking out $2,000 on a weekend and just kind of having a good time.
And
imagine his entourage too.
Oh my God.
Imagine like you were a player, Jackson. For the guys that on our campus that had the money, at least these days, that get that big NIL money and are just kind of going out every night, checking out, at the bars, and their entourage has got to be gigantic.
They always had cash. I had nothing. I had moths in my wallet. Hey, Dad, could you send me a few bucks?
Did you hear what the fraternity Fiji at the University of Washington, what they're doing?
No, saw that.
What they did is they decided to all put in. They pulled together just over $2,600 to throw down a bet on the Huskies, and if it hits, the fraternity will get a payout just north of $50,000.
Ooh.
That's a big party, man. That is just a fun party.
That's some cash left over too for the next 3 or 4 months.
In my school, Fiji was like the kind of the dorky fraternity. Like
the nerds.
Yeah, they would like have their rush at like an arcade. F1J1 when you want to be one. That was like the joke. At my fraternity, we would joke about them, and we would make fun of our our pledges and stuff like that. We'd throw them at the Fiji house, drop them off when we're hazing them.
That's how many sororities? I'd ask fraternity. How many fraternities rushed you to have you come on in their frat?
What?
How many? You're part of a fraternity.
Fraternity, yeah. I only went to one.
Okay.
I was.
Did many talk to you?
I didn't work that way. You went to where you wanted to go.
Okay. Because
I went to Sigma Chi. I didn't even go to the one that my dad was at at Ohio. But
and I'm sure every sorority was probably trying to rush you as well, too, at times.
They don't do that.
I know, Rock. I'm being facetious.
It's not even funny.
I will say this. I had, after my...
Is that funny?
Well,
guys,
you're always
Jax?
You're always serving their... you're always serving... You're going to these places. About? You go to these places, sororities, and
they don't
at the
rush
parties.
Guys.
I know they don't.
They don't even have parties.
That was a joke, Rock. Joke, Rock.
Yeah, can you put it in the rewind?
Yeah, it's up to Jax. If Jax wants me to pull it, I'll just pull it right now.
Yeah, I might as well pull
it. What sorority rushed you, Rock?
Being facetious.
What is that? How is that?
2 minutes.
Because you always talk about how you always used to go and work the bar for these sorority parties.
No, I didn't. I've never said that.
You said that you would be the bartender
No.
Okay.
I was the social chairman of my fraternity.
Okay, I got
Okay?
that.
I wouldn't be serving. Pledges would do that. The only thing that I did, I was the houseboy of a sorority in the 80 Pie House, where I got breakfast, lunch, and dinner by doing dishes at $3.25.
Okay.
$3.25 an hour to like take out the trash, change light bulbs.
So you were at a
like that.
sorority somewhere helping out, doing
No, I was getting paid. It was a job.
Okay, I got you. All right. So that
But
was.
they don't rush you, Manuch.
I know they don't, Rock.
Why did you say it then?
I'm being facetious.
It's not facetious.
Yeah, how many sororities rushed you, Rock? Just facetious, that type of thing. Didn't you like to dress up once in a while here and there?
Hey, Shu, can you call Jimmy and see if he's available for the next 2 hours and 50 minutes?
We're 12 minutes into the show. We're already
Yeah.
replacing Manuch with Jimmy P on a Friday.
We need
It's a long show, boys.
We need to call in for some help. We couldn't even get through the top headlines today. Anyway, they are brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, take the points. Make sure you tune in for that. We'll have more on that a little bit later. Watch the game, bet the game. Join us every Monday night as you can share in the cash that we've been giving away. As we give away a lot of money. We've given away about $850,000 over the course of the last 20-plus years just by watching football, and you can win some of that cash. It's our kickoff challenge. It's our props or squares. It's all free. Our jackpot is over $2,600. Dolphins and Titans. There's 2 games this Monday night, but we are going to focus on that game. That'll be the money game. So 6:15 is when it all gets started. So we encourage you to make some plans, especially as the holidays get closer. You have friends in town. Great place to kind of bring them and gamble a little bit in the casino and then have some fun watching football and winning cash. Coming up, we will have our Sounds of the Night as we are going to bring you some John Rahm on Fox News. If we have time, we're trying to get the Pat McAfee sound. He was on there. He was on that show today. And Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit last night were speculating on the future of Bill Belichick. How about that? You're hearing Pittsburgh fans that want Tomlin out. New England fans want Belichick out. I mean, 2 of the best coaches ever to coach are looking to get ousted. So we'll get into that next as we are just getting started. It's Roc and Manuch with you here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Down Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
Christmas music is on 99.9 KEZ right now. Tune to 99.9 KEZ for Christmas music throughout the season.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring Titleist SM9 wedges tuned for precise contact, lower flight, and higher spin. Now $30 off. From Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Don't miss the Vans Golf Shops holiday special. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan.
Is this McAfee sound something I'm supposed to have?
Today for a free consultation.
Okay. I just was making sure it wasn't something I didn't see.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
See your Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season.
It's going to be harder once we're in segment.
It's a strong one.
But if that's the best you can do, give it to me and I'll try to turn it.
Today.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch.
Yeah, just give me as specific timestamps as you can.
5-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great treat specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree Blue Moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricut and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm going to go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricut and get the all-new
Copy.
Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile. You're on Cricut.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
It's the holiday season, and Famous Footwear is stocked with all the styles your family wants from the brands you love at prices that fit everyone's list. Shop the comfiest Hey Dude shoes
Jack.
and coolest Crocs, or
This
snag the
McAfee
perfect
clip with
pair of
Rom.
AirPod boots and slippers. Plus, for a limited time,
Nobody curses, right?
Nike styles for the whole family at savings of up to 30% off. Shop famous.com or bring the whole
Because what I'll probably have to do is just play it off of the computer.
this holiday
Unless I can
season
get, I need a different control of the board. Just let me get into the segment. I'll see.
styles.
Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You're hot on Fox Sports 910.
Wasn't really an exciting game last night with the Patriots and Steelers. Hard to watch.
Man.
But Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit tried to make it interesting, and they speculated on the future of Bill Belichick. They went everywhere. It went as far as him going on tour with Bon Jovi to working with Tom Brady. So here's about a minute of the conversation they had during the broadcast on Prime last night.
Is he the greatest coach in the history of the National Football League? A lot of people think so. He's certainly very much at the top of that conversation. So the question now becomes, he's under contract for one more year. There's a ton of speculation. Who knows? Maybe Bill knows. Maybe Bob Kraft knows. Maybe Jonathan Kraft knows. Everybody else is speculating. We know a lot of people who are close to the situation, and anybody who says they know, they don't know. They don't know, except for maybe those guys. But the options are manifold going into next season. Does he come back to coach the team again next year? Does another team look to hire him, and then a trade is effected? And that's the way he came to New England in a trade with the Jets back in 2000. Does he get fired? I say the chances of that are 0.2%. Does he go into television? You know how crazy that sounds, but he won an Emmy on that Best of 100 show with Chris Collinsworth and Rich Eisen. Did a fantastic job. Yeah. How about this? If he goes into television, they put him in the booth with Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady next year on Fox.
There's the answer.
Okay?
I love it.
Or he goes on tour with John Bon Jovi. So we have all these possibilities, and nobody knows right now.
Nobody knows. I think he sticks. I think he stays.
I do too. I think he plays out, or he coaches out his last year of his contract. I really do. And at that point, I don't think you'd want to go on this kind of a note. But I mean, to play as bad as they did last week and lose 6-0 to the Chargers and come back and win that game. By the way, the Steelers are a mess right now. 4th down and 2. You're driving.
Coach Canada back.
Well, 4th and 2. What are you doing throwing a fade route on 4th and 2? One of the lowest percentage routes. Get the first down. You have a chance to go down and tie the game. I mean, that team's out of sorts. And for the Patriots to pretty much confuse that offense, and Trubisky was just amazing. But you look at Zappe, he came alive and made a couple key throws. He had a dime to the tight end on that one touchdown throw. So I think for Coach Belichick, he wants to go out hopefully on a good note. I think he stays one more year.
Some additional sound. Yesterday, the big topic was John Rahm joining Live Golf, and USA Today had a hell of a title, or a headline, I should say. John Rahm is a hypocrite and a sellout, but he's getting paid, and that's clearly all he cares about. And I thought that was interesting. So he's been doing his tour, doing his interviews. We got some sound we want to pass along on Fox News, and then he was on the Pat McAfee show today. Here he is explaining that the money wasn't the main reason for the switch.
The money is great, obviously is wonderful, but what I've said before is true. I do not play golf for the money. I play golf for the love of the game and for the love of golf. But as a husband, as a father, and as a family man, I have a duty to my family to give them the best opportunities and the most amount of resources possible. And that's where that comes in, right? Obviously, it is a factor. and it was an important one, obviously, in this decision. But there's many other things, like I mentioned earlier, that make it so exciting, right? Once you get past that, the love of the game and wanting to grow it to a global market, being part of the team, being a captain, hopefully being a leader to teammates, it's something that is so special that, you know, it makes me want to work harder than I have till now to actually prove myself. And, you know, being a European, growing up being a fan of Athletic de Bilbao, hopefully some kids in the future growing up in Spain, they want to be part of this team that I'm going to build, right? It's something that hopefully I'm related to for a very long time, hopefully until I die, and I can make it something very special.
Like I said, there's some ownership there in some
Sure, yeah. I mean, you talked about the team, and I think when he explains it, lays it all out, obviously the money is the end all be all, but when he says about growing the tour, having young men from Spain or young girls from Spain or whatever, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he threw out there that kind of, I would just pretty much helped that money thing along from the standpoint. And he didn't mention anything in reference to it. And if we merge, or if they both merge, then I'll get the best of all, you know, both worlds. He's kind of held off on that until this thing is completely done, or if it even gets done.
You would hope that some of that money he's getting, he would donate to Kenny Dillingham as a donation for
Very
the
good,
NIL.
Rock. Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be smart?
He did talk about on the Pat McAfee show how Jaden Daniels, he was still kind of upset that he left ASU and wish he was at ASU. Talked about the Heisman and that he should win it too. So
here he is talking about, again, these are clips from Fox News. Here is him talking about joining the Live Tour.
You know, it's not an easy decision because I've had a really successful career and I've been very happy. But there's a lot of things that Live Golf has to offer that were very, very enticing, right? Starting with team golf. Being part of a team is something that's been really big for me throughout my career. I was part of the Spanish national team from the ages of 14 till I graduated college. I was part of the Arizona State golf team. And, you know, as a pro, you don't have that chance very often. And if you're European or American, you barely have that chance, right? So it's something that is very, very fun to play for something more than just yourself. And simply the growth that Live Golf has brought to the game of golf, right? It's something fresh, it's something new, it's something with a ton of potential and opportunity, and something I'm really excited about.
You know, it's as if it's an apology tour at Rock, and it's like he doesn't have to apologize to me or anybody.
No.
I mean, you know, it's gonna be phenomenal money. You're gonna take care of you've got generational money that this will go for 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 generations into your family for the next 200, 300 years. And on top of that, I think he's had a chance to elaborate what other goals he has. You grow in the game of golf, playing, having a chance at majors, and doing a lot of things that this will afford him to do. So for me and anybody else, I get it. And for the PGA guys that are having heartburn on it, hey, look, I think it'll be good for him. He's not going to forget his roots at all. So, yeah, he's going to make $1 gazillion. And on top of that, he'll be good for the game of golf, period.
Here he is. One more clip, Fox News, and we'll do some Pat McAfee. He was on there today. Here he is responding to the criticism for players that moved on to the Live Tour.
I can't speak for anybody, and let alone PIF or anybody related to that, right? But you know, nobody's forcing us to do this. This is our own choice. And if the product wasn't good, I don't think people would be making this jump. I certainly wouldn't be doing it because, again, I've had a great platform on the PGA Tour, and I'm forever grateful for the platform they've given me. If lucky and things go well in the future, I still want to be part of that platform, right? Live Golf gives me the freedom to be able to play golf when it doesn't conflict with the PGA Tour or DP World Tour, and I certainly want to be a part of that as well in the future.
Sounds like the PGA Tour is going to have priority for him, at least.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that last little piece right there might calm some nerves out there. People get a little heartburn of where he wants to go.
And finally, today, I haven't heard this clip yet, but this is Pat McAfee with John Rahm discussing the PGA Tour's trust levels with Jay Monahan, who's the commissioner of the PGA.
I mean, it's people have been vocal. Yeah, there's been people that have lost that trust. And if things going forward, if he stays the commissioner, it's going to take a long time for a lot of these players to trust him. I do believe there are some that still trust he's the better option, and I know there's some that don't believe that, right? So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and I'm not really going to get into the politics of the game that much because it's not my place. It's not really. I know you want me to get a little bit detail on that, but I'm not going to.
That was a very political answer. If he doesn't want to get political, if you ask me, just his pause. There's a lot of strife and angst with Monahan from the players on the tour. I mean, he just basically he didn't have to say anything after 5 seconds. There's no trust. There's no, I'll say, respect from the standpoint of the way he's handled it, and left a lot of the players out. And if you ask Tiger Woods that same question, if Tiger was totally unfiltered, he probably would lambaste. But John Rahm was very political in his answer as far as, well, you just heard a lot of pausing. I think he answered by not saying what we felt he would say.
Sean Salisbury, we're going to catch up with him later in the show, but we're going to do a quick audible as this Coyotes team has been red, having won 5 out of the 6 games in that stretch. All those wins over teams that have won the past 6 Stanley Cup championships. We'll catch up with Steve Peters next on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Were both eliminated earlier this week in the NBA in-season tournament quarterfinals. Now tonight, the Suns will play host to the Kings. The Suns dealing with the injury bug have lost 3 of 4. They will not have Kevin Durant.
Manuch's coach confirmed.
Also out. Bradley Beal while back practice.
Is he confirmed? You spoke to him?
Game action. Okay. The Yotes' 5-game winning streak now history after their loss to the Flyers. They'll try and begin a new one tomorrow when they call on the Bruins to open a 3-game road trip. College hoops, Arizona State on the road to play San Diego tomorrow. Meanwhile, top-ranked Arizona will be home for Wisconsin. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the 2nd most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-190.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
The Arizona Gym Rats Boys Club basketball program at Legacy Park is having its winter season tryouts Wednesday, December 13th from 6 to 7 p.m. Open for 1st to 8th grade players into all skill levels. Sign up by going to EliteSportsAZ.com. That's December 13th at Legacy Park.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch. Only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Make him shoot jumpers. So handle the drive. Blocked away by Durant. Suns in transition. Booker drops it off to KBG, who thunders it home.
A new game has been added to the Suns schedule. He's there to miss. Get tickets to see your Suns take on the Sacramento Kings on I'm working on it. December 8th at 7 p.m. Secure your seats now at suns.com/tickets.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to talk puck with ESPN analyst and host of the Coyotes podcast on Go PHNX, former NHL coach Steve Peters. Coach Petey now talking puck on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Coach, before we get started, I was leaving my house, about an hour ago, and I noticed there was a lot of activity in front of your house. I noticed the police officer, Dave. I noticed a couple of trucks in the driveway. What's going on that street there, just two houses from my house?
Well, you know who you didn't notice in my driveway offering to lend a hand? That would be Mike Morocco.
Well, I had 1 o'clock. Open. I had a 1 o'clock. I had a 1 o'clock right here. I do this radio show. 1 to 4.
Did you see Dave?
I saw Dave there. He's a police officer. He was on a break probably. He's a police officer.
Yeah.
Middle of the day. There's not much going on.
I can fix that for you. He's like, I can fix that for you. Get some duct tape. And I'm saying, Dave, I think we actually had a plumber. We have no water at the Peters house today. So, and by the way, if you ever look into that, Rock, that is not actually free to call an emergency plumber on a Friday and say we have no water. That's not free.
Yeah. So what were you
going on in our neighborhood today?
So what were you doing? I mean, it's not like that's a normal occurrence in our neighborhood where also we don't have water.
No, we were installing a dishwasher. We were putting the dishwasher in and turned off the water main, and we went to turn it back on. It snapped. So there was just
ouch. Been there, done
turned
that.
Turned it off at the street, and we're fine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, good luck if
good though.
If you need any supervision, maybe to come by after the show. I'll bring over a 6-pack, and I'll just sit there and watch. How's that?
Yeah, you could do that part. I'm not looking for you for my home maintenance, Rock. No offense, buddy. Watching football, you got that covered.
Got it covered. Well, hey, a hell of a ride. These Yotes, a 5-game winning streak. It's over. Flyers came into town, and they're playing pretty good. They win 4-1. Krause with the only lone goal. But what has been the key to this success to beat all these former Stanley Cup champion teams? What is it? Is it your philosophy that people come into town and they're having fun in Scottsdale and O'Mill and they come to game time and it's like, oh, it's secondary? I mean, what is it? What can you put a finger on it?
Honestly, it's a little bit of a lot of things. And it starts with their goaltending. Connor Ingram was the first star of the week in the National Hockey League last week, and he started it. Like, he was outstanding. But this team played really well. They played mistake-free. They didn't give free ones away to their opponents. And like you said, they played these teams at the right time. You had Colorado on a back-to-back from Vegas. You had teams that were here for 2 or 3 days, and it just makes a difference. So it was a lot of factors that combined for them to get those wins. But really, this team is playing their best hockey of the year right now, and they need it because they're going into Boston, which is a building they just struggle in. Mm-hmm. So this could start. I'm afraid they've lost one. Hopefully that doesn't turn into 2, 3, and 4.
Were some of these five wins in a row, Steve, some of the best complete hockey games that this team's played in? I don't know, how long would you say to see these complete games? I mean, from A to Z.
Honestly, for a 60-minute stretch from the goaltender on out, it's been a long time. And I don't mean this season. I mean years where you've put together 5 straight games of really clean hockey. This team isn't good enough on paper or on the ice to make mistakes. There are better teams in the Western Conference and in the league. They need to play clean, and they've done that for a long stretch of games. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It's December, and they're in a playoff spot right now. I'm absolutely stunned where this team is standing in the middle of December.
Hey, aside from what we're seeing on the ice, the news this week, the Coyotes are zeroing in on a partial of land there in Northeast Phoenix, just adjacent to Scottsdale, not too far from where you and I live, which would be awesome.
We're walking.
Yeah, exactly. You've been all over this. Go PHNX. You've been out there with the hazmat outfit and over in Mesa. I mean, you've been around. I mean, is this one sound promising?
You know, I've been down this road way too many times to be jumping up and down right now. We've seen shovels in the ground at Los Arcos 20 years ago. We've heard here, there, and everywhere. I'd like to say cautiously optimistic that they're zeroing in on a site. It's not like with the letter of intent that they signed with Mesa that really had no binding agreement. They want to buy this land. Like this is where they're targeting and zeroing in to put this arena. There are a lot of hurdles. This is state land right now. They have a lot of things they need to accomplish before they're ready to start building there. It's encouraging, but this is a very, very, very long road. And I'm not convinced that this deal can get done. I'm concerned. Let's be hopeful for now that at least they've zeroed in on a site, but there is a long road to go before they're putting shovels in the ground.
You know, Stephen, and I'd figured that was a state land trust. It'd probably be more of a land lease unless the state decides to start selling off parcels, which they can to raise money for the state. But I guess the demographics for North Scottsdale are much different than the demographics of the East Valley or the Southeast Valley per se. I'm like Rock. I prefer the Mesa site versus going north. But either one of them, I just wonder how much minutia is going to have to flow, votes, taxes, all the above, because that's one thing that we're hoping that none of this goes to a vote. I know state land trust, per se, I don't think there's any voting there. I know the Mesa piece, there's no vote to happen.
Yeah, they want to stay away from votes. They made that very clear. The concern now, though, is that it is the state land and what happens to it. Is it a lease or they're talking about auctioning that land off? And if they do auction that land off, who knows how that's going to go? Does that mean Morello is going to be the only bidder, or are there local bidders?
Tons.
That's why I'm just concerned right now. And you talk about demographics. Ideally, this location should have been at Tempe. It should have been at the dump. It was off major freeways, closer to your fan base. It just made sense. Unfortunately, the voters didn't see it that way. This, for a lot of people, especially people in the Southwest Valley, this is a similar drive to what they had to get to Glendale.
Yeah, it's horrible.
The economic base here is different. It's horrible. It is hard from Tempe, Mesa, Ahwatukee, Chandler, anywhere in that Southeast Valley. The traffic up the 101 at game time is going to be extremely difficult. So you're right. All of the issues they had in Glendale, you're going to start hearing about Scottsdale as well. Maybe the infrastructure changes. We're talking 3 years away from something being built. Do they widen the 101? Do they change traffic patterns? I don't know.
Sure.
As a hockey fan, I'm just hopeful that NHL hockey can remain here in Arizona. And that's checks box one. Worry about the traffic and where the arena is and all of those things later. Let's make sure the team stays.
Coach, there was a piece in The Athletic that word came out from this week's NHL Board of Governors meeting that either the Coyotes, and there's a quote, either the Coyotes finally produce a concrete shovel-in-the-ground arena plan by the end of January, or else the team could be relocated. And, of course, it's Salt Lake, it's Houston. They seem to like to be the two that you kind of hear. Do you think, the commissioner and the deputy commissioner, Bettman and Daly, are they getting tired of this and just it needs to happen here sooner or later?
Okay, you're going to hear it first on Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. No, this team's not going to leave. And there's a couple things. Gary Bettman has stuck his neck out for keeping a team in Arizona for a very long time.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed. The bigger issue is the Board of Governors, they're owners that want to make money. The way to make money is not by relocation, it's by expansion. The expansion fees in the NHL are exorbitant, and they will make much more money as an ownership group and a board of governors if they award an expansion team to either Salt Lake City or Houston or wherever that may be. This team is going to be in Arizona. Now, the issue is, will it be owned by Alex Morello by the summertime? That's a greater question. If this deal can't get done by the first quarter of this year, I would not be surprised at all if you start seeing different ownership step in, build an arena in Arizona, and you've heard Matt Ishbia's name thrown around.
Yeah.
There are people that are very interested, that have the wherewithal to get this deal done and provide a building for this team. I would think that option is much more likely than seeing this team relocate to another city. I'd see a new owner way before I would see this team leave the Valley.
Steve, you think this is a little fatigue on the ownership side when you say something, or that rumor's kind of out there that maybe they're like, hey, we're doing all we can do. Maybe we sell this, I make my money, I get out to somebody that wants to go take the baton and try to move this forward?
I don't know. I think this ownership group really believes they have the business acumen and the wherewithal to get this done. I don't think they're looking at plan B. I think they're looking at, we can do this. On the outside looking in, I'm no longer part of the inner circle there. I'm not convinced of that. And so it's going to be a very tricky next 60 days here. This isn't like this is another year to kick this ball down the road. Like, it's now. Like, these deals need to be made in the next 60 to 90 days. And there's a lot of things that need to be accomplished in that time frame. And so I'm cautiously optimistic that they can do something. But if not, I really do sincerely believe that this team will stay in Arizona.
Steve, you know my code in my garage. If you need to take a shower or you need to bring some empty buckets, water bottles, I got plenty of water.
Can I say something, Rock?
Yeah.
So my wife was here. You know my wife Heidi. Heidi's lovely.
Yes.
I said, can't use the water. Can't use the water. There's no water, no flushing, no water. The very first thing, 30 seconds later, she put soap in her hands to wash her hands. And she goes, uh-oh. I go, yeah, you didn't just hear me. So I get water bottles out of the fridge and pour them over her hands.
Whatever you need, though, Coach. Right there. My house is there. I'm not there.
I know where it is.
But do me a favor, fill the water bowl for Guinness while you go over there, all right? Maybe give him a couple treats.
Yeah, I will. I'll say hi to Guinness.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks for jumping on last minute.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, buddy.
Steve
Thanks for having
Peters
me, guys. Appreciate it.
joining us. He's go PHNX. He does every game, has 3 podcasts a week, so check him out. And always great to talk to him. Coming up next, it's our Arena Sports Grill segment. I think we're giving you a chance to win a free large one-item pizza from Arena Sports Grill just by listening. We'll do 3 of those. We're going to give you the top games to watch this weekend. It's Roc and Manuch. No Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Oh,
clear.
Here we go. Steve Covino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
It's our Purdyversary. A year ago when Jimmy G went down, which means we've been watching this dude for a year officially. Exactly. Think of where he started, what our thoughts were. We were like, oh no, who is this guy? And now he's plus 300, the new MVP favorite.
Covino and Rich. This afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Aaron Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Need a new big screen for the football season? Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light has your chance right now. Text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. That's PEAKS to 59925.
Wendy's Peppermint Frosty and Frosty Cream Cold Brew make the perfect gift for anyone in your life, especially for you. Yeah, this year you're sitting on your own lap and getting yourself what you want. Finally. And now every day this season, unlock 20% off your total when you get any small, medium, or large Frosty in the Wendy's app. So order something from your own wish list this year.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's with app offer and registration. Applies to menu items only. Taxes and fees excluded.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-priced service and a brand new iPhone every year. And Boost Infinite's new technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1. So you get the best quality calls and where you are. No one Boost. Switch today at boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions. Boost.
Let's get ready for football! It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio.
All right, powered this hour by the Arena Sports Grill on 62nd Street and Bell, kind of on the border of Phoenix and Scottsdale. And right now, they have incredible food, and their pizza is phenomenal, and we want to give you an opportunity to try it out. A large one-item pizza from Arena Sports Grill. We'll take the callers 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7 at 602-260-9191. That's 260-9191. Get yourself a pie on us. So how about that? So as we look into this weekend, no college football other than the Army-Navy game, which is 1 o'clock on CBS 5. But the early games, 11 o'clock with the Cardinals on the bye. You got Bucks at Falcons, Lions at Bears, Colts at Bengals, Jags at Browns, Panthers, Saints, Jets are hosting the Texans, and the Rams are at Baltimore and the Ravens. Then the afternoon 2 o'clock games, Vikings, Raiders, Seahawks, 49ers. And then the 2:25 game, Bills, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. And then the night game is Eagles and Cowboys from Dallas. And then Monday night, we got 2 games this week. Titans, Dolphins, and Packers and Giants will be hosting the Titans-Dolphins game at CAZ Sportsbook. On tap this weekend, some other sports for you. Coyotes are at the Boston Bruins. Tough place to play, as you just heard from Coach Peters on KASW, Cox Channel 95. That's at 11 o'clock. Grand Canyon Hoops. They got Liberty. They're at Liberty. People know who Liberty are because of the Fiesta Bowl. We'll catch up with Garrett Moses here at 2 o'clock. ESPNU for that one. Wisconsin hosts Arizona at 1:15. That's the national game on ESPN. Arizona State's at San Diego, 8:30 on CBS Sports Network. And also tomorrow night, the Heisman Trophy ceremony at 6 o'clock. In our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question today. Who's your Heisman Trophy winner? And your 4 choices are on our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels, and Marvin Harrison Jr. So there you have it. That is your Arena Sports Grill pizza giveaway. And what's on tap for the weekend?
Games, for coaches in the National Football League, there's some must-win games, not only for coaches to keep their jobs. I think teams are trying their vine to solidify their playoff spot, either win a conference or, get in the wild card. A couple games, I think, aside from 49ers in Seattle, you watch that game, 49ers should win that one going away. It's amazing. I don't think with this, what have they won? The Eagles have won 22-24, Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Second week in a row that they're the dog. They were home dog, road dog. I think this is one where the Eagles, I think they win this game. Going into Dallas, it's a must win, but I think they want to get themselves back on track and not lose 2 in a row, even though they're linebacker weak in reference to that. Bills and Chiefs, I think McDermott right now for the Buffalo Bills, this is a big game for him. And then for the Chiefs, talk about a team leaking oil right now. I mean, so teams with 4 games to go, looking to try to get themselves set up and not have to be scrambling the last week or 2 weeks to get into the playoffs. Because right now, this is aside from like the Ravens, I think from San Francisco, and right now Miami, who's the lead dog in the AFC East. There's teams that are scrambling, and this I think is exactly what the owners were hoping for. That you got a lot of teams to go with 4 or 5 in the wild card race, and that this next 4 weekends are huge weekends. Parity abounds, Rock, for some of these teams.
And you said the Eagles are a little soft at linebacker. With them signing Shaq Leonard this week.
Huge.
That should help that quite a bit.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, too, is getting guys back. If you're going to get hurt, the saying was, okay, if we're going to have a lot of injuries, we'd love to see them early rather than late. Well, but when you have guys like Shaq Leonard, you can go ahead and sign as a linebacker. That's pretty good to have him. But, I mean, again, it's who's healthy at the end of the year. Heck, we saw what happened with San Francisco losing those 3 in a row. You had guys were banged up. You had guys were hurt. But now that they made a move as far as getting Chase Young as another defensive end, and guys are healthy, and they're hitting on all cylinders. And that's what you hope to really the last 2 weeks of your season. And the other thing that these guys are motivated to do is get that opening bye that first week. That is huge, Rock. That's paramount for a lot of these football teams.
Hey, we're giving away 5 big screen televisions thanks to Twin Peaks. We're doing that next Thursday from the Tempe location. If you want to be part of that, all you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. I got one other soccer story, but I just need to get it approved by Schubert.
Okay. Run up the flagpole.
It has to do with Women's World Cup soccer.
I have to approve the soccer stories on the show?
Yes.
Okay. Run it by me.
USA and Mexico are hoping to host 2 of the soccer's biggest events back-to-back. USA Soccer Federation and the Mexico Football Federation have submitted joint bids to host the 2027 World Cup. They're competing against Brazil, and their joint bid with Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. Not sure what cities would host. I mean, it'd be nice to see if Phoenix could get in there. But U.S. and Mexico, along with Canada, are hosting the men's in 2026. So if you can get back-to-back, I mean, soccer is pretty popular right now. It's more popular than it has been, I think it's ever been, at least here in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, this would be huge, right? I mean, getting the men's World Cup, the next one, is a big deal. The USA team has been building towards that moment for their ascension onto the national stage. So if you're able to follow that up with hosting a Women's World Cup, I mean, we have the infrastructure. That's the one thing that's on our side. We've got plenty of cities and stadiums, and the travel. People feel like it's weird to have games in New York and California, but when you go to these other countries, it's almost as far between the stadiums that they use as well. So we've got the infrastructure. So yeah, it'd be a home run.
It would be. All right. On this day, 39 years ago, I was on this program. 1984, Captain Kangaroo aired for the last time. It ran on CBS for 29 years.
And you made an appearance.
That's right.
Mr. Green Jeans and Captain Kangaroo in the game.
I was at a baseball camp at Glassboro State College, and Tug McGraw was the Philly that was there. And he asked all the kids, what's the most important pitch in baseball? Most important pitch in baseball. Jax? Most important pitch in baseball.
Fastball.
Okay. Shoe?
Strike 3.
Okay.
That's a good one.
It is. Manuch, you already know the answer.
I know the answer on this.
I said curveball. Okay. 2 other kids said fastball, knuckleball, but strike is the most important.
Strike
not
is
3,
the most important.
Strike.
Just strike.
So
You're in the
we were all
ballpark,
wrong.
Shoe.
So Tug McGraw, one of my
40.
favorite players.
Your
growing up.
national TV appearance, Rock.
Yeah, was just a little guy.
One of the first shows we were up bright and early in the morning was turned on Captain Kangaroo.
Coming up, we'll catch up with the CEO of the Verbo
30.
Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses. We will also have Scott Spreitzer doing some handicapping for us for this weekend. It's all next as we're coming to you live from Wright Toyota. Right on the curve, right on the price, right on the selection, Wright Toyota.
Clear.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free. Never sounded so good.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway Paradigm Woods, forged carbon for unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for, only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the
Yep, staring at the phone, nothing yet.
doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate Razor, while others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Kevin Durant is down tonight for the Suns as they prepare to entertain the Sacramento Kings. He sustained a sprained ankle in the team's Tuesday loss to the Lakers. The Suns will also be without Grayson Allen and Bradley Beal. Beal was a full participant in practice yesterday, though. Disney and Mercury star Brittany Griner are partnering to tell her story. Griner will give Disney exclusive rights to share her story through a documentary from ESPN Films, a scripted series through ABC Signature, and an exclusive interview with ABC News anchor Robin Roberts. The Cardinals, one of 2 teams enjoying a bye this week. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Friday, look for mostly sunny skies, temperatures right at 70 degrees. And then for tonight, look for clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the low 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Halloween is over, but hiring is still scary. Indeed's end-to-end solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for our weekly visit with the executive director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Eric Moses. This is our opportunity to talk high-level college football and check on the bowl selection process. Eric Moses, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Penix lobs into the end zone. Touchdown! Quentin Moore! Under a minute. Milrose scans the field to the end zone. And it's caught. Jermaine Burton. Touchdown, Alabama. All the players. So first down and goal at the 6-yard line. Blake Carr. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You're hot.
It's kind of bittersweet, Manuch. You hear the highlights, what a great weekend it was last weekend with the conference championships and then the bowl selection on Sunday. And knowing that the college football season is coming to an end here in about a month, it's kind of, it sucks. It just sucks.
Don't remind us.
Nothing better than college football. Eric Moses joins us down the Right to It guest line to talk about the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. How you doing this Friday?
I'm doing great.
So let's just get the big one out, all right? I get the what do we call it, Manuch? The
elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So tell us how it came to Oregon and Liberty, specifically Liberty on the selection. Because I know that's the one that, on Selection Sunday, my phone's blowing up. Why Liberty? And I figured I'd wait to talk to you on Friday to understand why it went down that way.
Well, I think many people were hoping that the elephant in the room we'd be talking about would be the Alabama Crimson Tide, but not so much this year. Look, we're excited about Liberty coming. I think for your listeners who are educated college football fans and sports fans generally, they know that we don't have a choice in picking the teams that are assigned to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. The CFP selection committee does that. They rank the teams from 1 to 25, and then they assign the teams for the New Year's Six bowl games, starting, of course, with the top 4 going to the semifinal games each year. This year, Rose and Sugar. So there is an understanding, and not to get too inside baseball, but there is an understanding amongst the bowls that the highest ranked group of 5 school would be invited to participate in a New Year's Six game. Last year, that was Tulane playing USC in the Cotton Bowl. This year, that highest ranked team is Liberty, an undefeated team, one of only 4 in the FBS. And so they will be playing, Oregon, the Pac-12 runner-up, who only lost 2 games this year and whose quarterback could very well win the Heisman Trophy. And most importantly, that quarterback, Bo Nix, has announced, and his coach has announced, that he will play in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a saving grace right there. Not that they don't have an outstanding backup quarterback named Ty Thompson from the Valley there, Eric.
That you trained.
Yeah, that I trained since 6th grade. So, all that being said, these kids can score, that being Liberty. And Oregon can score. Yep. So the first one to 52 wins this game, right? I mean, it might be one of the greatest Fiesta Bowls of all time, with both these teams can put points on the board.
Look, you guys know better than most people that the history and the legacy of the Fiesta Bowl is you may see some matchups and some outcomes that we wouldn't have predicted. Nobody would have predicted that Boise State would have beaten Oklahoma. No one would have predicted necessarily that TCU would have beaten Michigan last year. And I could go on and on through the years of seeing these upsets that have happened in our game. Liberty's going to come to play because what do they have to lose?
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose. No one expects them to be able to play with Oregon, but they're undefeated. They got more rushing yards this season than any other team in the country. They average more than any other team. I think they've had 21 interceptions this year. And these guys in 6 years at the FBS level have qualified for a bowl game 5 out of those 6 years. That's pretty impressive, and that sounds like a program that's on the move.
5 of the last 6 Fiesta Bowl games have been within 1 score. To your point, Eric, these games have been outstanding. You just don't know. I mean, last year was amazing the way that game went down. I mean, never forget it. Let's move on to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl selection. First time that this bowl has had a 9-win team and an 8-win team, as UNLV and Kansas are coming. And Kansas has been here before. It's been since 2018 as someone just broke into a car right in front of us at Toyota.
I'm like, Rock, are you trying to steal that same car again? Come on, man.
Somebody wants this Land Cruiser really bad, so they're trying to shut it off here in a second. So we hope they'll be able to shut it off.
That's all the fanfare for you, Eric. It was a little late showing up today, so we can give you a little.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So let's talk about Kansas. We know they travel well. I think UNLV, not a far trip for them either. But talk about this game and how unique it is to be at Chase Field.
Great matchup, as you said, a 9-win team versus an 8-win team. Both of them have had successful campaigns this year. Obviously, our hearts and minds and thoughts and prayers are with the UNLV community, given the tragedy that they suffered on their campus this week. But they are in relatively good spirits, preparing to come to the Valley to participate against a really tough Kansas team that has a great coach, Coach Leopold, and a team that is proving on the field that Kansas isn't just a basketball school. And so we expect it to be great, as you allude to, seeing high-level college football inside a baseball stadium on a grass field. It's just fun. I went last year, loved it. I think it's just fun. It'll be the day after Christmas. Everybody should come out, stretch your legs a little bit. You ate a lot. You opened all your gifts. Maybe you didn't get what you want, but we can give you a great football game the day after Christmas.
This is good therapy for me to talk about KU, Eric, just so you know. But they are a good team, being that K-State Wildcat. Look, Devin Neal, this young man, and then this defense, the way they get after it. I mean, they beat OU, folks. I mean, so they've got a good team. They're solid. But what Leopold has done in the last 3 years of this program speaks volumes of them taking those necessary steps. And what UNLV has done in just the last couple of years to see these grow. And now here's the next step, getting to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Yeah, and, Coach Odom at UNLV, my understanding, I was just in Las Vegas for the National Football Foundation dinner, College Hall of Fame inductions, and people up there are loving this Rebels program and loving what Coach Odom has been able to achieve in a short period of time. They're going to come to play, and I think given the all of the emotion around what happened on campus with the shooting, I think they're going to be playing for something more than just winning another football game. The Kansas folks have been reaching out. I had a great conversation with Coach Leopold last week, even before they were announced, and him letting us know that they were looking forward to coming to the Valley if the card shook out that way. And so they are really revved up and ready to go and to get down here and play some good football.
Eric, let the Fiesta Bowl festivities start. I will be participating in your Fiesta Bowl girls flag football clinic next Friday. I'm going to man the quarterback station, guys.
So the clipboard?
Well, yeah, how to penmanship clipboard, but that'll be going on Mesa High School, girls 7 to 17, 6 to 7:30. I'm like, wow. They called me yesterday. I said, sure, I'm dialed in, but I know the activities are kind of from start matriculating down the field, so to speak. Thank you, Hank Stram.
It's going to be great. And in addition to you, quarterback coach extraordinaire, we've got Diana Flores from the Mexican national flag football team, who's going to be our guest of honor there, and will also be participating in our parade the next day on December 16th. You guys may recall she was featured in the Super Bowl that was out here last year, and I believe has some representation in the NFL Hall of Fame. So we're really excited that Diana's going to be here, and she's going to be working with those young ladies around flag football, which we all know is growing.
Yes, sir.
Hugely here in the Valley, but also across the country.
And let's touch on the 51st edition of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Parade, presented by one of our great partners, Lerner and Rowe, for the bowl as well as our show. And this year being the theme, the spirit of competition, Jake Plummer, former Sun Devil, and then Richard Jefferson, Moon Valley High, University of Arizona, will be the grand marshals. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Those guys are quintessential kind of Arizona athletes, one representing ASU and the other representing University of Arizona. Both are super excited about coming here. Jake came down for our announcement and had some conversations with him then and since then. He's just so excited about being here. And, was in Vegas, like I said, this week where the in-season tournament is happening and saw Richard Jefferson, and he was super excited as well about coming back to the Valley to participate in a parade that he saw growing up as a kid and attended as a kid who grew up here. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we encourage people to come on out and show some pride and get your holidays kicked off with a parade and a celebration of all things Arizona.
So, Eric, what are you encouraging people to do at this point? Is a SeatGeek or fiestabowl.org? Where do you want people to go for either reserve VIP grandstand tickets for the parade or guaranteed rate or Verbo Fiesta Bowl? Where's the right way to go, right place to go?
Well, if you come to our website, fiestabowl.org, we're going to make it real easy for you to buy tickets for any and everything we're doing. So I would start there. But, if you're a SeatGeek person, you can call SeatGeek. Our tickets won't be hard to find. But I'm telling people, they may think that this Liberty-Oregon game is not going to be the kind of game they're accustomed to. None of us want to be the person who had the opportunity to see history be made and missed it. And so if you asked anybody right now, would they have loved to have been at that Boise State game against Oklahoma? I bet you to a person they'd say, heck yeah, I would love to be there. Don't miss your chance to be there this year.
In my 30 years being involved in the bowl, that is my number one game of
that
all
was
time.
Phenomenal. And to be there watching that, Eric, was phenomenal.
It's great. Well, Eric, I know you're going to be busy next few weeks. Thanks for jumping on today. We'll catch up with you next week. I'm sure I'll see you here soon. And thanks for what you're doing for the bowl.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. Thanks as usual.
You got Eric Moses joining us today, the CEO of the Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Guaranteed Rate Bowl. So appreciate his time today. Every Friday we get him on. Today he's brought to you by Twin Peaks, now 5 Valley locations. As we teamed up with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light to give you a chance to win one of the 5 65-inch TVs we're giving away next Thursday. Simply text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. And we'll give you an opportunity there to get on board. You can register every day leading up to next Thursday. So good luck, and hope that you'll get a chance to win. I also want to point out here, let me just look on my sheet. So I want to congratulate Adam Schmidt and Damian Perknick. I hope I said that right.
It's pretty close, right?
They won our Pizzas in Our Arena Sports Girl giveaway earlier, so congrats to those guys for winning. We'll continue on right here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the pro selection, Wright Toyota.
It's an NFL triple header. First, it's the Jags and Browns, then the Seahawks battling the 49ers. To cap it all off, a bitter NFC East rivalry with the Cowboys hosting the Eagles. It all starts Sunday at 10:30 on Fox Sports 910, presented by HornCars.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona.
Do we still want to come back with Pick'em?
2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
The fight starts now!
On Saturday, December 16th,
Legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And a sizzling world championship unification.
Big-time boxing.
Question?
Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16th. Don't miss out on the action.
Do you want to still come back with the open?
Book yours now at
That's what I figured.
Master.com.
I'll just come back with a regular rejoiner.
B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m. Just ask.
No, yeah, I just for opens, you didn't tease it, so I figured you wanted to kick it, but I just want to make sure.
Joint located at Pecos and McQueen and Chandler.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway Paradigm Woods, forged carbon for unparalleled distance and forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan, depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere.
Only quiet because they were banned from going to a bowl game.
Hi, I can help.
Or banned from winning the Sun Belt, whatever it was.
Company has to deliver the goods. Ship these gifts to your grandkids. They need a logistics manager to keep the wheels turning. 126 packages going to Toronto, Tuscaloosa, Montreal, and Minneapolis. Oh boy. Indeed can help them hire great people fast. I need Indeed. Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Wake up with The Drive. Jody Ayler, Monday from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910 and on our free iHeartRadio app.
So I got a text from our intern Barney questioning and not believing that I was on Captain Kangaroo. He's like, how were you on Captain Kangaroo when it was taped and televised from Hollywood, California? So you're going to tell me, Barney, that every show you see, because it's produced or taped in a particular city, that they don't have stories that are taped from other places across the country?
Yeah, how did you transcend to how did you go from Philly or Jersey Rock to L.A.?
South Jersey, Glassboro State College at a baseball camp.
How did you get there?
I don't know how it got on Captain Kangaroo, but that's not something you just make up. Like you just dreamt it. Like, I was on Captain Kangaroo. I mean, you remember that. I've told the story probably 18 times in 18 years.
Many times.
So I just, Barney.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's other stations you can listen to. And we don't need to give you a free meal.
Intern, right? This is why he stays the intern.
He's been an intern for 5 years.
I know. But
he hasn't learned his other stripes yet.
He's great on Super Bowl, all right, because he's good at giving out the tickets.
He's very good.
He does a good job for that.
Yeah.
And he's good on Monday nights, too.
Yes.
But he's there for literally just for one thing, and that is to hand out the squares. And with that, he gets free dinner.
Hey, Rock,
got the best deal.
It's hard doing a whole lot of nothing sometimes, you know? It did do it. But I mean, you got to think about that. For years, Mr. Green Jeans and the Captain Kangaroo were on East Coast, for many, many years from all those standpoint. But yeah, I was just going to say,
there's even a band in Philly called the Green Jeans.
The Green Jeans.
Mr. Green Jeans. Yeah, a really good band.
From all that as well, too. But we got to get, it'll be a good, the Titans at Dolphins. That'll be the featured game, right, Rock, for at the CAZ Sports Bar?
We're making a change.
Are we going to make a change?
Because this way we know he won't be there because he's a Dolphins fan, right?
Oh, huge. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Jax, he's been showing up every Monday. Let's see, hat, his shirt, his socks. He wore sweats that said Dolphins on them. We're like, Barney, we get it. You're a Dolphin fan for crying out loud. I mean, they got to close the deal in the AFC East first.
So we just talked to Eric Moses, the CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, and Liberty. Liberty, Oregon. You can sell it any way you like. I get it. It's just not on paper a appetizing type of
very
Cheers
appealing.
Bowl. It's
very
just
appealing,
not. And there's that chance that a number 23 Liberty can come into State Farm Stadium and knock the number 8 Oregon Ducks off. Yeah, it's a good possibility. Minus 16 is the spread, and we'll handicap that game when we get closer. They do have a pretty good quarterback in Caden Slaughter, who was a transfer from from Tennessee. So they do have a good quarterback. They have a hell of an offense. But I'm sorry, Bo Nix and in this offense of the Ducks, it's going to be a boat race.
And the only I can think of is if Liberty pulls out all kinds of stops, trickeration, gimmicks to get a big score here, big score there to keep them in the game. And then I don't know what their defense is going to do, to your point, Rock, to stop this Bo Nix led, which is a bonus to have Bo playing in this game, to be part of this, to stop them. Because we saw them many times this year have their way. Now, Washington, I think we watched that Washington game last week in the Pac-12 championship. Their defense is better than a lot of people give them credit for. Yes, they had a close game. They should have been beat by area ASU. They leaked oil here. They leaked oil there. But when they made some adjustments with that defense, a couple guys got healthy for that Washington team to see what they did against Oregon. And then their offense would jump out on the lead of Oregon early on in that game if Oregon had come back. Just shows that, yeah, there's a couple of hiccups in that Oregon offense and defense. And if Liberty can come in and expose it to them with all kinds of different plays and gadgets and what have you, good. Make it a game.
So a lot of people don't know a lot about Liberty University. And on Monday we discussed, how many actual students are enrolled at Liberty University. And we all threw out a number. And we all were in that 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 number. You may not know this, but if you look at the academic year of 2023 or 2022 to 2023, they had a total of 96,709 students that were enrolled at Liberty University. Just over 48, close to 49,000 undergrad and close to 48,000 graduate. Now, guys, 56% or 56,000 are females to 38,000 male. So that's not bad if you're
pretty good odds
if you're going down that road. But just think about that. I mean, their student population with undergrad and grad is about 100,000, 96,000. That's huge.
When you look at what's ASU, about 85,000, give or take, when you look at their total enrollment. You know what? They've really grown, and as Eric Moses alluded to in the last 5 years, to see their growth as a football program and as a school, to get some of those transfers to help them out.
Put in comparison, ASU's got 140,000 undergrad and graduate students.
It's up that high now.
Last year, 140.
Wow.
They have, students that are enrolled across all their campuses too, and all the locations. So that's a lot. But, they have 61,000 that are enrolled through their online program. I mean, that's big too. Graduates is big. International, they have a lot of international. So one in 3 students enrolled at ASU are first generation college students.
Well, and to see that, the support, I would hope it's quite a bit of support from the alumni, the alumnus to go ahead and, have opportunities to contribute some money for the NIL to bring some of their guys in, some of their key people. But their whole thing, their whole mantra is recruit hard. But the way they recruit, Rock, is they go after guys that they know they got a good shot at getting. So maybe it's a 2 or a 3 star, not quite the 4 or 5 star. Because I can tell you this, I know that at K-State, they've got 5 offers to quarterbacks that are 4 or 5-star quarterbacks. Probably not going to get any of them. So now they're kind of in a bind with Avery Johnson, their one quarterback left at K-State to go into the Pop-Tart Bowl against North Carolina State. If he doesn't play, they're going to play a freshman quarterback, but everybody has offers. Those quarterbacks are 4 or 5-star guys.
Well, there's 70-plus quarterbacks in the transfer portal.
It's about that.
And McCord, left Ohio State, looks like he's front runner to go to Nebraska. Yeah. And then you hear Ward, who was at Washington State, maybe going to Ohio State. So those are some of the rumors out there. Who knows if any of this will come to fruition?
Well, I know Will Howard has visited at USC with Lincoln Riley. But the one thing that happened, the worst possible storm for Colin Klein, the offensive coordinator, to take the job at Texas A&M's offensive coordinator and double his salary, can't blame him. Is several of those quarterbacks. There's 4 quarterbacks have left K-State. He recruited all 4.
This is the K-State
segment. I was going to say, why are we talking about
Kansas State?
Well, I'm going to get there. I'm kind of
please land the plane, CJ.
So what it is when you see those losses and all you have left is one quarterback. That's where some of these schools go after the guys they can keep and won't move on. My point being, Liberty goes after the type of recruits they know they're going to stick around. They don't have to rely on the transfer portal. They don't have to rely on NIL so much. When you look at that's my point that K-State screwed up on.
Still don't know what your point was.
Point was, going after the right kind of recruit, then you're going to be there for several years. That you have continuity and stick around. That's why they have a good team this year.
I don't think that that's the case anymore. You got to live in it now. Let's get a quarterback for next year.
Well, they have, and Liberty has done that, except for the kid that transferred in
from Tennessee.
Yeah, but I mean, if they got enough money to go get that key guy, that key cog, but they're not doing it all throughout the positions like a lot of schools.
No, I know, but at the quarterback position, I think you have to just recruit for that 1 year. Not worry about a guy that's going to stay for 3 because it's not going to happen.
Well, but
I mean, how bad is ASU fans are feeling right now that you lose Jaden Daniels and he's now going to be the Heisman Trophy winner?
Well, I think
that looks so bad.
I think that was a mutual parting of the ways.
Sure,
because of the mother involved with that whole recruiting thing. It was best for him to move on. Yeah, it does. I mean, people go, "Wow, Jaden Daniels, here's his Heisman Trophy guy." Well, he created his own storm, folks, as far as moving on to LSU, and what a great landing it was.
Oh yeah,
and then having Brian Kelly as your head coach / offensive coordinator, that helped even more so. I think a lot of folks haven't realized that. He was getting more from LSU than he was ever going to get at ASU, being led by Coach Edwards, and that staff just was not going to happen. That's why when you recruit and you don't have the money in it to compete with the big boys, you go after guys you feel pretty good are going to stick around for at least 3 or 4 years and not have to worry about them moving on.
Hey, coming up, we'll handicap the top NFL games as our sports handicapper from Las Vegas, Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Join us next. Break it all down for you. That's next as we are live from Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale. It's Roc and Manuch today on Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals are one of 2 NFL teams enjoying a bye week. They'll look to win 2 in a row when they host the 49ers in Week 15. They were both eliminated earlier this week in the NBA in-season tournament quarterfinals. Now tonight, the Suns will play host to the Kings. The Suns, dealing with the injury bug, have lost 3 of 4. They will not have Kevin Durant available with his sprained ankle. Grayson Allen also out, and Bradley Beal, while practicing, is not yet ready for game action. College hoops tomorrow. Arizona State on the road to play San Diego. Sun Devils have won 4 in a row. Top-ranked Arizona is home for Wisconsin. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year, featuring the Ping G430 drivers, which combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 a.m. The Coach B and Eternal radio show connects you on Fox Sports every Sunday morning at 3 a.m. Don't miss it.
Fires are becoming more unpredictable, and charred soil is increasing our risk for flood.
He's there.
Knowing your flood risk builds resilience, and having flood insurance gets you disaster ready. Visit floodsmart.gov/wildfires to get ready and stay resilient.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're
Looks
in
like
on the
Ohtani's
action.
going to the Blue Jays.
The crown is yours. Gambling problem?
But it
Call
looks
1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions
looks
apply.
like.
Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Yeah, but he's got the whole country to himself from a marketing
From
perspective.
Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price.
And they're owned by
Toyota,
the Rogers Center, right? So Rogers, like they've got boatloads of cash.
And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Not confirmed yet. It just is trend. It looks like it's going that direction.
Biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spreitzer. And he's here to help make sure your picks pay out. With Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Well, I didn't bet this, but according to DodgersNations.com, the wait is over. Ohtani is signing with the Toronto Blue Jays. Sources.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Did you have that bet in, Scott? Did you have Ohtani going to the Blue Jays?
I was saying that before the start of the 2021 campaign.
Oh, come on.
Sure
you were,
yeah.
Scott.
I mean, no, absolutely not. I'm disappointed. I wanted him to stay out here on the West Coast so we can, hop in the car and go see him play. Now I don't care about him. I'm not that bad. But anyway, I don't get it. Nobody saw that coming to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Wow.
So, I mean, Canada can't even sign the top hockey free agent, let alone baseball. So anyway, I'm not crazy about it. He's not going to pitch this coming year. It's going to be all what he does at the plate or in the field if he's not DHing. So it's a bummer. I mean, it was great to be able to jump in the car, drive down the freeway a couple of hours and watch him play in Anaheim. And I was hoping he was going to land in Los Angeles with the Dodgers, but my gosh, Toronto, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really did. All right, Rams and Ravens, Seahawks, 49ers, Bills and Chiefs, and Eagles at Cowboys. Those games we would like you to handicap for us today. Let's start with the Rams at the Ravens, as the Rams have snuck their way back into the playoff contention. 7.5 right now. Ravens 7.5. Is that still the line?
Yeah, still 7.5, and the weather doesn't look to be quite as bad, the forecast, as it did 24 hours ago. They were expecting like 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Now it's saying 20-mile-an-hour gust, maybe 12 to 13-mile-an-hour wind, so that could help the Rams a little bit. It is supposed to be raining, but decent temperatures. But, I look at Baltimore, they're 18-1 against NFC opponents when Lamar Jackson is behind center, and that offense is clicking. They've gone over 30 points in 5 straight games before that 20-10 win over the Chargers, but they're number 1 in rushing yards per game. The Rams aren't horrible, but they aren't good against the run. They're kind of a little bit less than middle of the pack. I like Baltimore's running backs. I think they'll be a bigger part of the offense this week. And that Rams defense goes from facing bad offenses, Cleveland banged up, Arizona banged up, to Lamar and company. And so the Rams offense is top 10 in yards per play, but averaged just 16 points per game in their 6 previous games before catching those 2 teams I just mentioned, Arizona and Cleveland. And if you watch that Browns game last week, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go, it's a 1-point game. They scored 16 of the 36 points in the final 3:48 of the contest. And because of injuries and things like that of their latest opponents, Stafford's thrown from a clean pocket the last 2 weeks, but Baltimore leads the league in sacks, and they allow less than 16 points per game, a little over 270 yards per game, and they're very talented in the secondary. I just think this is the comeuppance for the Rams after facing a couple of banged-up football teams, and that the Ravens go on to the double-digit win.
All right, Scott.
By the way, I forgot to mention the one caveat that came out today is Lamar Jackson is under the weather. He's sick. So we'll see how that plays out.
Interesting. Second game, Seahawks at the 49ers. Last time I looked, it was San Fran -11. You got a team in San Francisco's hitting on all cylinders. Seahawks really struggling, a few injuries here and there. Geno Smith really last couple weeks taking a step back, but they're desperate. They got to stay in the hunt to try to win the wild card. Don't know if they win this game, but do they have the wherewithal to cover?
Yeah, guys, it's like, last week I backed San Francisco. I thought Philly was in a really tough spot. And this week, the Niners, they're just so red hot right now and everything's clicking. But at the same time, I'm not so sure that this is a great spot to win by double digits. I think they're going to win the football game. I just don't think they're going to win by, more than 11. And if you look at this is the biggest Joe's versus Pros bet so far this week. You've got the 60% of the tickets, a little bit more than that on San Francisco. About 75% of the money is on the Seattle Seahawks plus the points. The sharp money, the respected money coming in on Seattle, and that number has moved from as high as 12.5, 13 down to 11 now. And I agree with that line movement. I think Seattle is going to give them a little bit more than they bargained for, but at the same time, I think San Francisco will find a way to win the football game outright. I just don't think they're going to win by 14 points or so to get over that 11-point spread. So for me, it's an opinion on Seattle.
Scott Sprites for joining us, DocSports.com. You can follow him on Twitter at Scott Wins. All right, Bills and Chiefs. Bills, man, struggling, 6-6, outside the playoff picture right now. Chiefs, they've lost 3 of their last 5. They're 8-4 on the season, and are kind of looking up now to Baltimore and Miami in the AFC standings. This is a tough one for me. Where are you leaning on this?
Yeah, I was ready to back Buffalo. It's not a bad NFL spot, but this Sean McDermott stuff that's been coming out over the last few days is kind of bothersome. And, he's obviously on the hot seat. You can watch him in his press conferences this last few days, how he looks up on, when he's in front of the reporters. He doesn't look confident. He looks like he's really stressing right now. And you can remember he fired the OC. You remember that Leslie Frazier quit on this team. Players seem to be jumping ship as far as having trust in their head coach. Having said that, this number keeps moving down. Around 70% of the money's on the Bills, and the line has moved with it. It's down to 1 in most shops. I just saw about an hour ago the Circa here in Las Vegas had dropped this all the way down to a pick'em game. So Buffalo's getting a lot of sharp money. Doesn't mean they're going to win. They've gained a lot of yardage, but look who they took advantage of and who they've beaten and gained that yardage against. 5 of their wins came against the Jets, the Buccaneers, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Raiders back in week 2 before they made the coaching change. And the Bills have one quality win, Miami in week 2. The wins over the Bucs and Giants both came by 1 score. I think KC should be able to run well against this defense. So I've gone from wanting to back Buffalo to thinking KC with all that line movement, especially to a pick, is the right side now.
Oh, yeah, they too. Is the Bills are 1-4 on the road. That's nothing that you got to factor in. And guys, I can tell you, when you have the kind of issues or stuff, I call it stuff going around, as a pro, you're supposed to wash that out, right? Well, there is some effects with that, especially the McDermott and the Josh Allen cold relationship, whatever it has to be. But on top of that, the Chiefs just can't find the rhythm yet, Scott. That's why this has got to be very, very tough. Young guys, Kelsey's not, for some reason, I don't know if he's banged up or whatever, but both teams are just kind of scuffling right now.
Yeah, KC, I mean, they lead the league in dropped passes. It's been crazy. I mean, I forget what the actual yardage is, and that doesn't even include about potential yardage after catch, but just where the ball meets the receiver, I mean, they've lost like 300 yards of offense this year on drop passes alone. It's crazy. Last week, I mean, listen, as good as Jordan Love was playing for the Packers, he's still erratic at times. I mean, he tried to give KC the game. He threw a couple of passes right at KC defenders, one that should have been a pick six, and even the defenders were dropping the football. And then, of course, they get the no call on that deep pass on the pass interference. They could have tied the game up potentially and maybe won. But you're right, the offense just isn't the same. KC's still good on defense, but Mahomes and his receivers don't have that symbiosis we're used to at this point of a season for KC. And, Travis Kelce, maybe he's thinking a little bit too much about Taylor Swift. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I still lean towards KC, and I like Buffalo to start the week. And then as the stuff started coming out about the coaches, Sean McDermott having to apologize to the players for a speech he made a while back, it just feels a little funky right now. So I would trust Andy Reid in this spot over Sean McDermott. All
right, last game, Scott. You got the Eagles at the Cowboys. Dallas is -3.5. I don't think I've seen the Eagles with that team they've had. What do they got with Jalen Hurts at quarterback? They won 22 out of 24, something like that. 2 back-to-back dog weeks for the Eagles. Is this the weekend where they show Cowboy fans whether the Cowboys are pretenders or contenders and win this game outright?
I think so. Last week I went against Philly. They played that murderer's stretch of a schedule, which Dallas starts this week, one of their own rough spots over the next few weeks. A lot of folks have talked about Dallas's point differential and how great it is over the Eagles. And I had actually a better call me on Wednesday talking about it. And I had to remind him that, Dallas has helped build their point differential by beating the Giants twice, the Jets, the Commanders, the Seahawks, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Rams. So we're talking about a very good team that's playing well. Dak Prescott, looking maybe as good as he ever has. He started to study Tom Brady's and LeBron James' health regimen and diet and all that kind of stuff. I just don't want to get too excited until they beat somebody. They've had 2 step-up games. They lost at Philly earlier this season. They got blown off the field by San Francisco 42-10. I mean, beat the Eagles this week, and I'll get excited about the Cowboys. But, man, at 3.5, that hook, I like Philly plus the points here, guys.
I love it. There he is. He's an Eagles fan. Shh. Right? We don't want to tell everybody.
Last week, but I am this week.
Yeah. Scott, as always, buddy, thank you for the tips, man. We appreciate it.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Scott wins on Twitter. Ohtani, believed to be going to the Blue Jays, but not so fast. Ooh. If you go to tsn.ca, the Toronto website, the ESPN of Canada. We'll talk about that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Chris, we talked about this earlier this year, and I know I'm not trying to discount it or poo-poo that the wide receiving core is not that great. Ooh. We get that. But we also cannot say, like, Patrick Mahomes had nothing to do with it. He is not playing Patrick Mahomes football.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
A will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Yusei Kikuchi, powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sportsbook. Yusei Kikuchi.
Yeah, you say Kikuchi.
Celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow. First, it was the Roc and Manuch cheese steak, then the Roc and Manuch lager and amber beers. Now they have taken it to another level with a secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint.
Something different than football at 50.
How it works. Make plans to watch all the football games at BKD's Backyard Joint. Every Sunday after 3 p.m. our secret menu is available, but you need to ask for it. Just say you want the secret Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu. And
the flight tracking and Kikuchi getting the restaurant.
The owner of BKD's
Yeah, I've been following it all morning. It's hard to go off of stuff like that, but like the links that people connected were pretty interesting.
7 TVs with as many as 14 different games going at the same time. Plus, they love showing all of our home teams.
Certainly seems like it. The plane's supposed to land pretty soon.
BKD's secret menu this Sunday after 3. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
Time to get in on real estate investments. GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker in MLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity employer.
Frankie drives.
Well, then somebody else reported, and just tweeted out that there's going to be a press conference at 6 o'clock East Coast time with Ohtani and the Jays.
USC, UCLA.
That's when I said to you guys it looks more serious, because I had seen all that other stuff this morning, and I'm like, all right, I've done this with tracking flights and figuring out where people are going. And then this guy out of nowhere, who's a Canadian reporter, was like, yeah, press conference at 6.
Online to sundeviltickets.com.
But apparently he hasn't signed anything yet. So
onward to victory.
Do you have heart failure?
It's going to be a lot.
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday. You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa? Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosed.
Probably going to be at least 10 years, $500 million.
Symptoms sound familiar?
Now, it will probably have, if I'm Ohtani, I probably have an opt-out after 3 years.
A rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Save big every day during Lowe's 25 Days of Deals. Save $100 on select master-built smokers for the grill enthusiast.
Yes, he lives in right outside of Oakland, like Bay Area.
Smart home gifts for everyone on your list. Order eligible in-stock items by 2 p.m. to get same-day delivery. Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid through 12/13 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Right, he'll have to pay taxes in every state that he plays in.
Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the large radio app.
All right, we'll get to the Ohtani to the Blue Jays in just a moment, but Football 50 is sponsored by Upper Crust Pizza and Wing Patio. They're in Phoenix. It's a family pizza restaurant where you can dine in, you can take out. Great holiday catering if you have needs for that. Upper Crust Patio Wine Bar at Cave Creek Road and the 101 next to Costco. uppercrustwinebar.com. All right, locks of the week. We got pros. We're doing pro this week. In the past, we've done college and pro. Myself, Manuch, Jax, and Shu. Jax, why don't you give us an update last week?
Yeah, myself and Manuch went undefeated. I'm now 10-9. Manuch is 7-10-1. I had Michigan minus 22 over Iowa, and also the Colts -1 over the Titans. Manuch had Texas minus 15.5 over Oklahoma State, as well as the Chargers -5.5 over the Patriots. For Rock, well, 0-2.
Yeah.
App State +6. 8.5, I believe, over Troy. Did not hit. And he had Pittsburgh over Arizona, -5.5, and Arizona would win that game. For Schubert, 1-1, not too bad. Louisville, +2.5. He did not hit against Florida State, but the Falcons -1.5, which he did call. It was like a 12-10 game, I think.
Terrible.
Final score is 13-8.
13-8. Yeah, baseball game. All right, let's get to this week's locks, Manuch.
I'm going to go the Lions lock -3.5 over the Bears. The Lions have got to start to stop being so inconsistent, Jared Goff specifically. So I think they got that. And then the Saints -5 over the Panthers. The Panthers are a mess. So I don't care who's quarterbacking. Even if you have Hill, the receiver, fullback, running back, wildcat quarterback for the Saints. -5, I think they cover that completely.
I like that. I have had both those bets in as well. I got Texans over Jets, 3.5, and then Ravens over Rams, 7. Let's hope that Lamar Jackson plays.
Feels better.
Yes.
So I'm going Chiefs -1 over the Bills. I got it right before the whole discussion there with Spritzer. And then I don't know if we've ever done this before, but I'm going to do a prop bet. CJ Stroud over 1.5 passing touchdowns against the Jets at +162. So you get plus money if he gets 2 passing touchdowns.
Shoe?
I'm double dipping. Same game. Texans -3.5 against the Jets. This is the easiest bet you can make on a weekly basis. The New York Jets are not going to win a football game the rest of the way. They cannot score points. They're going back to Zach Wilson. Texans -3.5. This game is huge for the Texans. They could potentially win the division. They're in a playoff race. This is a big game. I'm also taking the under. 33.5 is the total in this football game. That requires 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Guys, I don't know where the 4 touchdowns are coming from because the Jets aren't scoring 4 touchdowns. The Jets aren't probably scoring more than 1 touchdown. And if they score 1, you need 3 from Houston. This Jets defense has locked down almost every quarterback they've played this season. So I will take the under 33.5.
All right, there you have our locks of the week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow to Take the Points, which is powered by the CZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. 11-1. It's Jax, Gross, and Bauer. They broadcast from the CZ Sportsbook, and we do the same on Monday. Well, Ohtani is believed to be heading to the Toronto Blue Jays. It's believed that that's the spot that he is going to land, the two-way superstar. The social media has been just going crazy with rumors. As much as an airplane leaving, a private jet leaving, 9 o'clock Pacific this morning from Anaheim to Toronto. That drew a bunch of attention on Twitter. It was supposed to land at 1:54 our time, so it should have landed already. There's also some talk of their pitcher. How do you say it again? Yusei Kikuchi.
Yusei Kikuchi.
Yusei Kikuchi. I say.
You say. Look at you, Rock, waking up over there.
So he made a reservation for tonight for 50-plus people. And who is this guy you see? Well, he went to high school with Ohtani in Japan. So they both attended the same high school. That's been well documented. What else do we have out there rumor-wise? Chris just mentioned, Shu just mentioned that someone just tweeted that there is a 6 o'clock press conference in Toronto. Is it in Toronto? Is that where it was?
It was just some random Canadian reporter who said, press conference 6 p.m., Ohtani, Jays, and the emoji of 2 people shaking hands. So we'll see here. I mean, this has been interesting all day. There was a report earlier that the decision was going to come down today. This flight has been tracked. The depths that people go to with this stuff, they were looking at the plane and they found the plane, and it also went to Hawaii, where apparently Shohei's girlfriend is from. Like the depths that people went to try to figure out where this plane had been was fun. This was last night, and then this morning it's like, okay, it's leaving for Toronto, and then the report our decision being made today. And so this has taken on a mind of its own here in the last couple of hours.
The Ohtani watch, Toronto Blue Jays, which came out of left field. I mean, literally.
The connection of the dots amazes me.
Shu, I mean, you're big a baseball guy. I mean, when did the rumors start with Toronto? Was that ever on your radar?
They were listed as a potential, right?
Okay.
The East Coast has always been something that seemed like it was a outside possibility for Shohei. When he first came to the United States, all of the East Coast teams were out. It didn't seem like playing on the East Coast was something he was interested in. And so when it came time for him to be a free agent, Angels, obviously, Dodgers, the Giants, the Cubs, potentially, because they were interested in the first time around. And Toronto was thrown out there as a possibility, right? They're in the mix. They're going to try to make a push. I can understand this from Shohei's perspective, right? He gets to move to the East Coast, but doesn't have to have the attention that maybe a New York has on him. He gets the entire country to himself. I mean, he's going to be a Canadian hero up there. And by the way, if I'm Rob Manfred, I'm doing cartwheels in my office right now. Shohei Ohtani in the AL East playing at 7 p.m. Eastern time every single night against the Yankees, against the Red Sox. I mean, the Blue Jays are going to be on national TV more than they've ever been in the past.
It fits. It fits,
so
right?
True. And Toronto being such a big city, huge city, and being able to own a country is huge.
Oh, Toronto's very progressive and big,
any numbers? Have you seen any numbers, Shu?
No, not yet. And again, let's call this what it is. This is still speculation at this point. It seems to be a lot of stuff trending in that direction all day. A Dodgers reporter came out and said that they believe that he's going to the Toronto Blue Jays. I would be shocked if this doesn't sit near the $500 million mark. Like, that's just where we're at with a player of this magnitude who does stuff that no one else, I mean, not even Babe Ruth, did the stuff that Shohei Ohtani does on a year in and year out basis.
Think about that.
They call him Babe. They call him the new Babe Ruth.
The modern day Babe Ruth. I mean, think about it, $50 million a year versus we just had, a couple of days ago, we talked about the contract that Barry Bonds had signed back in 94, 95 for a total of $43 million. And we were like, wow, he's getting paid in San Francisco. Couldn't have done that in Pittsburgh, but he gets to San Francisco. I think it was a 5-year, $43 million, $50 million per year. And it wasn't, 15 years ago when Albert Pujols signed that $250 million 10-year deal with the Angels. Now, I'm upset because the Cardinals couldn't match it. He's moved on.
1 minute.
Prior to that was the $25 million deal that A-Rod had signed with the Rangers before he moved on with the Yankees. So that bogey, when's the next $100 million man going to be popping up, Rock? Per year.
Crazy. It's very fluid. So we'll see if hour number 3 it'll come out officially. Sean Salisbury is scheduled to join us. We will also have Jax with his weekly rewind and get ready for the Suns tonight with no Kevin Durant.
30.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're out here at Wright Toyota. December, the month to come out, looking for that nice holiday gift with a nice bow. They can manage getting you
20.
one of those bows. Remember the Lexus commercials with all
Yes.
show the bow? They do that. You get a nice little red bow on a car here.
Not a nice touch out here,
Yeah,
right?
why not? Right on the corner.
What
Right.
about the one
price.
that the alarm went off? Can I get a bow on that one?
Yeah, it's a Land Cruiser V8. Yeah, I'll put your name on it.
5. Clear.
I often get asked, how can Lerner & Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys, and we have some of the most experienced criminal defense attorneys available, including one of only a few certified criminal attorneys in Arizona who have handled thousands of criminal and DUI cases. And we offer affordable payment plans. Getting the defense you need is one phone call away.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search iHeart Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
Wendy's Peppermint Frosty and Frosty Cream Cold Brew make the perfect gift for anyone in your life, especially for you. Yeah, this year you're sitting on your own lap and getting yourself what you want. Finally. And now every day this season, unlock 20% off your total when you get any small, medium, or large Frosty in the Wendy's app. So order something from your own wish list this year.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's with app offer and registration. Applies to menu items only. Taxes and fees excluded.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! Scottsdale!
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Suns hoops tonight at Footprint Center as they entertain the Sacramento Kings. Kevin Durant will miss the game with his sprained ankle. Bradley Beal still not ready for game action, although he has been practicing. State Farm Stadium will host 3 2024 Copa America soccer matches. Colombia against either Costa Rica or Honduras on June 28th, and Mexico versus Ecuador on June 30th. They will also host a quarterfinal match on July 6th. Shohei Ohtani reportedly nearing a decision on where he will play next. In fact, the free agent visiting the Blue Jays in Toronto this afternoon. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll continue to see clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the mid-40s. Then as we head into the weekend, some cooler temperatures on tap. 66 for your Saturday with plenty of sun, and 70 on Sunday with sunny skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
We'll get here a
Bet
little
big on your favorite teams.
What? We'll get out of this segment a little earlier.
That's as exciting as the game you're watching.
A lot of
no
time.
better place in the valley to
How much
get
you want?
on the action. The Sports
I give us a
Book
couple
at
extra, 2, 3
CAZ
extra.
Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top
You're
story
hot.
this hour?
The Ohtani watch. That is what's hot this month, or I should say this month, this hour, as it's been rumored that he's heading to Toronto. Did not see that coming at all. As Showtime, now a Toronto Blue Jay, or soon to be, if the rumors come to fruition.
And I'm sure money a big factor, but you just wonder what all the other ramifications are. I can tell you this, folks, as far as taxes are concerned, they tax you out the wazoo. I played with the Argonauts there, got taxed big time up there, and I got taxed down here in the States too. So, and I know, Shu, you said a little earlier about, he's it as far as marketing, make up that money, make another $50 million in market, whatever it is. But can't be because you're gonna get a tax break. That's for sure, because you won't get a tax break. Is it American money versus Canadian money? Because I remember, and I think now it's like our dollar's worth $1.25 up there. There's another factor there. So when you go up there to Canada, and then you get taxed pretty much every state. I think every state you play in now, whether it be Canada or the states, you get taxed. But this is literally coming out of left field.
0.74, 74 cents to the Canadian dollar.
Yeah. So
Wow.
and you hope my preference was pay me in American dollars, or if you pay me Canadian dollars, bump it up to that point so it's even. And that bogey's always kind of moving. Because I remember I played 8 games up there in Canada.
It's gonna be a long story.
No, it's not. Real quick. I had them hold my money. Basically, just hold it as far as and then when
so $5,000.
Yeah, about every week. So then I got home about 3 weeks after I got home. The season was over. I said, okay, now wire my money Canadian money. So the exchange rate, I got a better exchange rate.
So it got up to what, 5,100?
Yeah. No, 53.50.
53.50.
It's amazing because it went from 1 week to the other. And my dad was monitoring that, and he goes,
Your dad being a banker.
Yeah, exactly. He looks, hey, Danny, you're gonna save about $2,000 if we do it now. I said, Dad, do it. And they wired. So you talk about exchange rate. That means a lot for athletes as far as their salary.
I don't know if the money's the big deal. I think the fact that he's got a player or two that's on that Toronto Blue Jay roster.
Comfort.
Maybe he can own the country. I mean, I think there's some other factors other than money. I don't know. I mean, if I was a ball player, I'd want to play either in California because the weather, like San Diego.
Sure.
I mean, those games, or maybe Chicago because you have so many day games. That's pretty cool. Wrigley's pretty cool. But
or you mentioned his buddy that pitches. It's from his hometown. I mean, that comfort level, and I know that it's a diverse, very diverse city. As far as that's
I've heard that. Yeah,
very diverse.
Do you know if there are any other Japanese players on the roster, Toronto roster?
I have to look
Yeah.
to see. I know,
but no one that just jumps out. So
no, and Yusei Kikuchi obviously is a member of that rotation up there in Toronto. I will give you a local angle on this that I think is really important. The Dodgers were considered the favorites, considered the front runners in this, and they were basically setting up for the last 2 years to do this, to sign Shohei Ohtani and put him in Dodger blue. If he does go to Toronto and doesn't go to the Dodgers, what does the rest of their offseason look like? There's the pitcher Yamamoto from Japan, who they could spend a lot of money on. Maybe there's a reunion with Bellinger, who's a big, high-profile free agent in terms of hitter. I mean, the reason why you get Ohtani is because he's a all-star pitcher and he's an all-star hitter. And so if you don't have that, where does your money go? And we just saw the Diamondbacks go to the World Series. They're going to try to compete for division and still be in the mix this year. And now you have a Dodgers team that their big fish, the guy that they were trying to get, potentially could be going someplace else. This opens up a lot of can of worms here for the rest of this offseason.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Who are the owners of the Blue Jays?
It's Rogers Communications. It's the internet company, the cable company up there in Toronto. They play in the Rogers Center. They are owned by that group, and so you consider the resources that a telecommunications company might have. They're going to be able to pay this bill. Do you know the biggest contract they've ever given out to a player is George Springer a couple years ago? It was like $160 million. They're going to triple that with this deal.
And it's going to be well worth it.
Oh, you better believe
I'm
it.
just amazed by the encyclopedia that Shoe's got.
Shoes are baseball.
Shoe, what should I have for dinner?
You know, steak and potatoes is always a good option. You know, I prefer that.
Baseball's
my thing, Jack.
He's like the AI of the show now.
That's what that was Bull Durham there for a second. Well, you know, it's we're trying to decide what he wants for the wedding. Well, candles are always
a nice touch. You know.
Steak and potatoes.
Hey, the Suns will be without Kevin Durant tonight as they host the Sacramento Kings. He's dealing with sprained ankle he suffered in their loss to the Lakers. Bradley Beal, full participant in practice yesterday, but right now remains out, so we'll have to just kind of watch that.
Grayson Allen also out with the groin injury.
What else can we say about LeBron James? He's still one of the NBA's most clutch players. I mean, the guy, it's just what he can do at his age. It's just amazing for what he did last night. I mean, at one point, he was 9 of 12. 4 for 4 from the 3-point line, committed no turnovers. I mean, he's just there was a span of 61 seconds in the second quarter where he hit 3 3-pointers. 3. Just launching them up, boom, piece of cake.
He defies age, right? 38, 39 years old.
He's a hell of a defender, too.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps himself in phenomenal shape. It's funny, you see him in the offseason, the workouts that they show. I mean, he shoots from half court. I mean, he's in his own private gym, shooting from half court. I mean, the shots, to your point, Rock, that he just hails, they're like layups to him.
But he's getting better. He is at the 3-point line, almost 39%. That's the second highest mark of his career. When he came into the league with the Cavs, he was at 29%. He's at almost 39%. That is a huge, huge upgrade. It's so impressive. He's just killer at the 3.
And you think that, hey, look, he's bound and determined. And on top of that, they're 3-0 versus the Suns. And I sit there thinking they're talking about that a little bit the other night. And, they know Frank, this Laker team knows Frank Vogel since he coached there. So they know his idiosyncrasies defensive-wise, offensive-wise. And they've beaten the Suns. I mean, so they're 3-0. So you think of that, and then when you talk about LeBron and watching him, he has really paced himself. Now, he goes through it, but just the defense and him directing traffic on the court, it's amazing. It's almost his shots getting better at an older age.
I'm anticipating to watch Bronny James, the USC freshman, is nearing his, what they say,
Debut.
most anticipated college debut for a kid. Could happen this Sunday as USC plays Long Beach State. If you remember, 4 months ago, he suffered cardiac arrest while practicing. And now we're getting an opportunity maybe to see him. So I'm looking forward to seeing how good this kid is for USC.
Well, you think about that story. You think of Hamlin with Buffalo last year and how he's playing now. And then you got Bronny. I mean, literally having a heart attack on a court. Thank God there were people around.
Yeah.
To get and resuscitate him immediately.
Real quick, Coyotes got beat by the Flyers last night. That snapped that 5-game winning streak. They'll be in Boston tomorrow at 11 o'clock. You catch that on KSAW. ASU basketball tomorrow night. They have San Diego. Tomorrow afternoon, Arizona hosts Wisconsin, and GCU hits the road tomorrow as well. I believe that's a 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock game against Liberty. Lopes are 7-1. Arizona's 7-0. ASU 6-2. So some good college basketball in the state right now. Our headlines are brought to you today by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. That's our home on Mondays and tomorrow for Take the Points. Watch the game, bet the game. Every Monday night, your share winning some cash for watching football. We do props, squares, the kickoff challenge, which is close to $2,800. It's our Monday night tailgate. We do it every Monday. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. We will be hosting the Titans at the Dolphins. So encourage you to come on out. Next, it's Jax and his rewind. Sean Salisbury in 20 minutes. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. We're out here at Royota. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Sun Devil Hockey gears up for its only December series at Mullet Arena against Dartmouth this weekend. Join us at 6:30 on Friday and 4:30 on Saturday for pregame coverage and all the action here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil Hockey.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
You are going to find a wreck in the Southeast Valley on westbound 10 near Riggs Road, sitting in the left lane, and that's going to slow you back to McCartney. Heavy delays, Red Mountain westbound from 44th Street over to I-10. A crash on Cactus and Scottsdale Road.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless get that $5 Biggie Bag at Wendy's today.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JTC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the back side of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today. All 13 Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. New inventory and new models arriving daily. See your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views
guys there?
stick around
after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime.
We have my favorite thing in all of sports.
And late night bites.
We have a source fight.
The #1 sports bar.
So there's a report from John Morosi of MLB that says Ohtani is en route to Toronto. Frequent guest of the program, Bob Nightingale, tweeted that Ohtani is not on a plane. He is not en route to Toronto, that he's at home.
The new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinder.
How we could be so far apart on the real story here is so much fun to me.
Special golfer you're shopping for. Vans Golf Shops is home of the 90-day satisfaction.
But how are you that far off? How is one person saying he's en route on a plane and the other person says he's not on a plane, he's at home? How does that happen?
Of course, I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut
What did he
it,
say?
I use Magic Eraser sheets. They're thin and flexible.
What did he say? I didn't hear him have his headset on.
Everyday messes like
Okay,
gum,
thanks.
sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
The Cardinals are one of 2 teams in the NFL enjoying a bye week. Brittany Griner is giving Disney exclusive rights to share her story through a documentary from ESPN Films, a scripted series.
All right, you just got to tell me what kind of sound effect you want.
And an exclusive interview with ABC News anchor Robin Roberts. The U.S. Soccer Federation and the Mexico Football Federation have submitted a joint bid to host the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Staples holiday deals mean amazing savings.
He
for
does
the
it
holiday
all the
season.
time.
Right now, save 50% on custom holiday cards and invitations, as well as custom photo gifts like mugs and
Oh, like the
calendars.
Dan Patrick when you give your weight?
Visit staples.com/print for more details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm,
Yeah, enough
just
sound
make
for me
one
for crying
call.
out loud.
That's all.
All right, so you're going to get this ROM clip and then throw it to the rewind open whenever you want. All right.
Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
The money is great. Obviously, it's wonderful. But what I've said before is true. I do not play golf for the money. I play golf for the love of the game and for the love of golf. But as a husband, as a father, and as a family man, I have a duty to my family to give them the best opportunities and the most amount of resources possible. And that's where that comes in, right? Obviously, it is a factor. And it was an important one, obviously, in this decision. But there's many other things, like I mentioned earlier, that make it so exciting, right? Once you get past that, the love of the game and wanting to grow it to a global market, being part of the team, being a captain, hopefully being a leader to teammates, it's something that is so special that, it makes me want to work harder than I have till now to actually prove myself. And, being a European, growing up being a fan of Athletic de Bilbao, hopefully some kids in the future growing up in Spain, they want to be part of this team that I'm going to build, right? It's something that hopefully I'm related to for a very long time, hopefully until I die. And I can make it something very special.
All right, Fox News with that cut, John Rahm explaining that the money wasn't the main reason for him making the switch to live. That's brought to you by Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Lerner and Rowe. Let's get to our rewind segment of the week.
In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jackson's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
Why don't we ever have the best? It's always the worst. I mean, there's some good discussion this week that you could have wrapped into this, but you've already sold it as this is the Jimmy segment.
There's so much sports talking on the show. I thought we would get some funny moments and maybe bring up the program a little bit. And for those yesterday, Schubert came
Did
out
he
with
just
the
say
line.
bring up the program a little bit? Is that a backhanded compliment, Ron? Wow,
Jackson,
the
be careful.
Rook.
The segment might get taken away very quickly.
Yeah, Shu, what are you doing 3:15 on Friday?
Wow,
Hey, I could bring back my baseball segment.
Yeah,
Replace the rewind with the baseball segment. We could do that.
Oh, okay. All right, Jax.
All
Let's
right.
bring up the show, buddy.
All right, so Jimmy B's not here, so this whole segment dedicated to Jimmy B.
We'll email it to him.
Yeah, and Jimmy B had a tough day yesterday, and it all started when he walked in the building wearing yet another ugly shirt, and Rock called him out for it. A little spiral here, as you'll see throughout the next 4 clips.
we have a brand new promo that's airing on the station. It has to do with your shirt that you wore the other day.
Yeah, the one that you really liked.
We may have to redo that promo.
What this one is not.
I give you shirts to wear with logos on them. Why don't you wear them?
I do wear them.
I mean, you can wear them more than once.
I wore them 2 days and they're dirty, so they're
So
in
you wear
the
the same
wash.
shirt
I didn't
twice?
wash them. No, I wore the short sleeve and then the long sleeve.
Okay, so I got to
Yeah.
get you for Christmas some more shirts.
Rex, can you describe his shirt to the listeners out there that may not
What
know
is
what
wrong
Jimmy's
with this
wearing?
shirt?
You know, if you live in certain parts of the valley, a lot of your trees right now are growing oranges. You know, the really big oranges.
Bright
oranges. So he's got a nice orange shirt,
I
which you
do.
can see on our YouTube page right now,
Yeah.
as well as Facebook and Twitter.
Extremely
I believe, Rob.
orange. Extremely orange.
Yeah. You're lucky, Chris, back there at the iHeartRadio headquarters. You don't have to see this, but man.
It's okay, Jimmy.
Is what it is, boys.
It works
Is that
somewhere.
Puma?
Here's the deal.
You wearing
Here's
Puma
the deal.
at
When
70 plus?
When you're an old rat like me, you get lost from time to time, and so you can tell people, look for the guy with the bright shirt.
Well, it goes with your
Okay.
hair coloring that
That
you
too.
use. Yeah.
Rock,
Hair
I
color.
think the stripes are worse than the color, don't you?
What?
And it's like kind of see-through, like that mesh material.
Hey, when you
Is
got
that Puma?
when you got guns, you show them.
It's Puma, isn't it?
Where they
It's a
at?
Puma shirt.
You can break them out. It's okay to break them out.
I said Puma 6 times,
Yeah,
and
you
I
did.
never got a response.
Never. No.
Because, Ricky Fowler orange is what it was.
Sure.
And I was just like, people in their 70s, 80s do not wear Puma. They just
No.
don't. And he's wearing a Puma shirt.
How about the Rook taking a shot at him? For
I
crying
like
out
it.
loud?
I
Wow,
like it.
Jax, look at you over there.
It's just so easy, Manuch.
It is.
It's taught me
Layup.
throughout the years. But this next one, again, Jimmy B continues to go on. He's got more moments. This is all from yesterday's show.
Jeez.
He's a hardworking man. He's retired, but he says that he's not retired because the amount of hours that he puts into the show.
I'm up and down the field. I'm
I am
here.
too.
And I'm, Jimmy, are you doing it for 12 hours at a time?
I'm doing it on the tennis court. I'm doing it on the golf course. I walk a lot of 9 holes on the golf course. I'm in the
Slacker.
gym. I'm in
Can't go
That's all I
18?
have time for.
Using the car,
So,
Jimmy?
no.
You were tired. You have
I'm
a
not
3-hour radio show.
Yeah, it's
3 hours.
It's difficult.
You don't do any of the prep.
I
You don't
gotta
do any
work
of the
for you
lineup. You
guys.
don't do any of the sound.
And
you
he
don't
has
do any of the
Fridays off.
promos.
He's got
I
Fridays
show
off.
He's got Fridays off.
He works
I
4
show
shows.
up.
You work what? What's 3 times 4? 12 hours you work.
Oh, come on, somebody.
A week.
It's about 10, give or
Oh,
take.
travel.
Yeah,
All right.
You
You
remember.
know, travel. That's another
I don't
hour. He works 12 hours
He's
a week.
trying to
And
justify.
he can't squeeze in 18. And he lives in Salt Lakes. I mean, all those courses are all executive, right?
Well,
They're all
exactly.
short and small, you know.
5,000 yards max.
You can play 18 in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's,
Well, the orange shirt, like I mentioned, the previous clip before, got to his brain. Rock was trying to quiz him on something, and he kind of lost his train of thought. So here's the 3rd out of 5 clips from Jimmy B.
The Houston Rockets, and I'm hoping that Jimmy's going to be able to answer this because he was working at this time, didn't get their name because of the NASA Space Center there.
Mm-hmm.
They actually started as the blank Rockets in 1967. Come on, Jimmy, don't let me down on this one.
Houston Blank Rockets.
No.
They weren't. No, they weren't.
They
the
actually
Rockets.
started as another team, another
Well,
city.
Denver had the Rockets' name.
They relocated to Houston in 71,
There
and they
you-
kept the name.
There you go. That's it.
What's
That's
what?
it.
Well, no, I just gave you. Denver used to be.
But that's not it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jimmy, you confused us.
I
God,
did.
Where'd you
sometimes,
go?
I
man.
was confused.
I don't know how you
Clearly.
you work so hard.
I
Where'd you
do.
go there?
Clearly.
I put
Jimmy,
serious effort in.
Come back to the show.
I put serious effort
Woo,
in.
let's put you, we need to put you on a
Well,
rocket.
I thought, I remember the San Diego Conquistadors of the ABA.
Okay, well, it's good to know that you know that.
I remember that.
Totally.
But
That is your random senseless usage. Did you know fact today by Jimmy?
Jimmy B,
And
you
it
don't get
was
to
useless.
you know.
you don't get to bill this hour. This hour doesn't count this week for the
Thank
12th.
you.
11.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
this was like,
I'm taking a break.
Jimmy, where did you go there for about 3 or 4 minutes?
I was good. I told you.
This was a
that
bad hour,
Denver
Jimmy
was
B.
called the
This was a bad
Rockets.
hour.
he got killed.
I love when
He got
Schubert gets in there,
killed.
too.
Oh my
that's so
goodness.
And he's not done yet.
Oh,
Jimmy
there's
B
more?
again. When I was listening to this
Oh,
back,
man.
I'm now starting. Those listeners that listen to the show, every day, 1 to 4 on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You'll start to get some, cues or some things that Jimmy likes to do often, and one of those being he likes to one-up whoever he's talking with.
Yes, so
this
true.
time, this clip, he's trying to one-up Roc. Take a listen.
Roc, did you say you actually attended that game? I would have loved.
Yeah, I did when I was younger. Yeah,
Was it? It had to
JFK
be-
Stadium? It's called JFK Stadium there.
Yep, it was
in Philadelphia. Yeah,
I was-
I would. Yeah, I
Did
lived
you
there.
broadcast the game there?
I did a USFL game from Franklin Field in Philly.
Jim, we're asking the Army Navy game.
Yes, I know. I did not
lived.
do an Army-Navy game.
I lived in Franklin Field for a year.
Did you really?
Because I was an intern for the University of Penn.
Yes,
and that's where they put us.
Yes.
How do you know? We mean yes. I mean,
yes, because that's. I think it's. I find it interesting when you
another
do
bad hour.
something like
Another
that.
bad hour for Jimmy B.
Oh,
Jimmy.
yes.
I gotta tell you, Shu, your little drops, man, really make it.
There was one. There was one I didn't have yesterday, and I think it's in the last clip, or it was in the previous clip, and I cut it. But he talks about how something about killing, and I almost jumped in and said, "Yeah, you killed the show today," but I didn't. I held up.
Well, the final clip, and this is about the recap of all of yesterday's show. And through all of that you've just listened, maybe you can give your own grade about how Jimmy B did. Well, he thought he did well.
Yeah, he did.
I think Jimmy thinks he did well.
It was in this one.
I'm sure he would grade his He's gonna go performance home
very highly. Yes, but
I thought I was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go back,
Yeah.
and Kimmy's going to be like,
2 minutes.
"How was your day?" And you're like, "I had a really good show.
I
today."
killed it.
Jimmy could grade us. We could have a horrible day. He'll give us a B plus. He'll give us a B plus.
What he's given us is great material for Jackson's Rewind tomorrow at 3:15. That's what he's given us. But we also found
over
out
under 3.5 clips of Jimmy B in tomorrow's rewind.
over 3.5.
Over.
I mean, you're making Jack's job so much easier.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Good stuff,
hilarious.
guys.
Oh,
It was pretty easy.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I
too
mean,
bad.
that's good stuff.
I mean, he got off. We didn't even put any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday show
No,
in there
we
because
didn't.
we only got 10 minutes to do the recap. So, but yesterday he was on fire.
Yeah. I told Jimmy, don't go to the light. Do not go to the light, man. In reference to Poltergeist. He wandered off there for about a second or two.
Yeah, so Shu, what would you grade Jimmy's performance yesterday? How many hours did he dunked off?
He's given us so much material. How do you not give him like a B plus? Just
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
his segment's so
he
great.
just-
I
mean, the best stuff for the next
sure.
2 weeks. I mean, it's all going to be just Jimmy B. Best stuff.
Oh,
how great is that going to be?
Oh, that's a good.
The problem, though, we got to move it to Thursdays or something because Jimmy's off on Fridays because we're not allowed to work him more than 12 hours.
Yeah.
So he doesn't work
he's a
on
busy
Friday.
guy.
Yeah. So how do we? I mean, do we bring it on Mondays? I mean, what do we do? Because he needs to defend himself because it's going to add more material.
Should we replay the rewind?
I was going to say, if he defends himself, it's got to be 2 segments of the show, right? Let's
Yeah,
extend
we
it.
can't.
Fan
Yeah.
favorite.
He doesn't have to defend himself. That might make it worse.
I just want to know what he's going to say.
Just sit, listen, Jimmy. Just sit and listen.
Just sit back, keep your seatbelt on, and everything will be fine.
That's it.
And what people don't realize, we're poking fun at Jimmy, but he's got more experience than all of us.
Oh yeah, he
collectively.
does.
He's called more pro basketball games, NFL games, hockey games, college games than anyone I know.
And he's got
I
the
mean,
stories. He's got the stories.
So of
But
course he's
that's
gonna
what gets him in trouble.
I
That's what
know.
gets him in trouble because he's called 4,000 sporting events. He's always got a story, and he sets himself up for all of this stuff.
does.
If he didn't call the game at Franklin, wherever it
Franklin
was, that
Field.
clip never happens. It never
Yeah.
happens.
The Eagles played there back in the 60s. Yeah, and he called that game.
He sets us up for the clips. That's for sure.
Oh, that's where the Penn relays. By
Yeah,
the way,
we're watching those.
Yeah, but anyway, always fun with Jax and his rewind. Hey, next Thursday, we are giving away those 5 TVs right in time before the holidays, and you still can sign up now to register. We don't spam you or anything. All you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply. 5 65-inch big screens we're giving away next Thursday. We will be live from the Tempe location, and we're going to just randomly select 5 numbers, and I'm going to call you direct and say, hey, you just got one of your TV. You just won a 65-inch TV courtesy of Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. By far one of the best contests we've ever done to give away 5 65-inch big screens before the holidays is huge. So pretty excited about that. No Sean next?
No, he is signed up doing a St. Jude's event.
Good for him.
Yeah.
We'll get more into what's going on with Ohtani. If you have not heard, there is, as Shu would say, a sword fight between some pretty prominent baseball source fight. Well, it's sword too. You could say it's a sword fight, but it's a source fight.
The source of the swords is rattling right now.
All right.
Now, wait a minute. That would make it better.
Yeah,
that would make it better. A sword fight?
It's just kind of
it's wearing off on you, Rock?
Spilling onto me.
Like I wore off on you for 19 years?
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. It's pretty interesting if you haven't heard of Ohtani to the Blue Jays, but not so fast. So we'll dive into that. As we continue on, we'll give you our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day, which has to do with the Heisman Trophy. It's Rock, it's Manuch, it's Jackson, Shu. We're out at Wright Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Kevin Durant tonight for the Suns as they host Sacramento. He sustained a sprained ankle in the team's Tuesday loss to the Lakers. Disney and Mercury star Brittany Griner are partnering to tell her story. Griner will give Disney exclusive rights to share her story through a documentary from ESPN Films, a scripted series through ABC Signature, and an exclusive interview with ABC's Robin Roberts. The Coyotes' 5-game winning streak was snapped last night at a loss to the Flyers. They get ready to start a 3-game road trip on the East Coast tomorrow. Their first stop is Boston to face the Bruins. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll continue to see clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into the mid-40s. Then as we head into the weekend, some cooler temperatures on tap. 66 for your Saturday with plenty of sun and 70 on Sunday with sunny skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Boost Infinite's new wireless technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1 and better service at a lower price. Switch today. Visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year, featuring Titleist SM9 wedges tuned for precise contact, lower flight, and higher spin, now $30 off. From Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards in any amount for the special golfer you're shopping for. Don't miss the Vans Golf Shops holiday special. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
The fight starts now! On Saturday, December 16, legacy is decided in the desert. Fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Van Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line. And a sizzling world championship unification. Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now, starting from just $30. Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa"?
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about the perfect holiday gifts, just $25 and under, like matching family PJs, fragrance sets, toys, and more. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Wake up with The Drive. Jody Ayler, Monday from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910 and on our free iHeartRadio app.
Topic today that's been a lot of fun to discuss and go back and forth with is Showtime. Ohtani is going to leave the Angels, and multiple reports have him signing with the Toronto Blue Jays. But no one knows for sure if that's the case because there's multiple reports as far as him being on an airplane, a private jet from Anaheim, went to Hawaii to pick up his girlfriend, to Hawaii, to Toronto. That's one. A dinner reservation tonight in Toronto with his friend of his who went to the same high school in Japan. Yusei Kikuchi. Yeah, I say.
What's that? Kikuchi.
And there's more. And Shu's been following this since last night. He hasn't slept all night. He's all into this. He loves this baseball stuff.
Dived in, Rock.
I mean,
did I miss anything? Time of year. No, I mean, a little bit. I think it's important to add the timeline to this of how we got here, right? Because it's one thing for people to be tracking flights and a plane going from Anaheim to Toronto, right? We do this in college football. Like, oh, this plane's going to this city. That means Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan, right? We do this all the time. But so this story breaks last night. And everyone's like, haha, okay, we'll keep an eye on the plane. We'll see what ends up happening. Then this morning, a report comes out from John Morosi of MLB Network that the decision is imminent and it could come as early as today. All right, well, that throws gasoline on the fire. That gets everybody kind of starting to connect the dots. Then we go all day long and everyone's talking about how, this plane's leaving, Shohei's on the plane. Okay, then John Morosi comes out and says Shohei Ohtani is en route to Toronto. That feels pretty declarative to me. You say that this guy is en route to Toronto. Well, then Bob Nightingale, frequent guest of the show, just a little bit ago in one of the breaks, I shared it with you guys, he came out and said Shohei Ohtani is not on a plane. He is not en route to Toronto. He's at his home in Southern California. Another reporter who covers baseball for Canada came out and said, I'm hearing the same thing, that Shohei Ohtani is not en route to California. To Toronto. The two questions I have to you guys is, one, why did it take so long for us to confirm whether or not he was actually going to Toronto? And two, how are we on two opposite ends on he's en route to Toronto to he's at his home in Southern California? How do we have two sources that are giving two completely different sides of that story?
And if the first guy you mentioned, I don't know, I'm going to lean to Bob Nightingale, USA Today first, but Marusi, is it Marusi?
Marusi.
He's MLB, right? MLB.com?
MLB Network, yep. MLB Network.
So that's tough. MLB Network. He can't be wrong, can he? I don't know. And if he is he going to come out later today and say I was wrong?
Well,
Ohtani was never on that plane.
Here's the one thing you got Nightingale saying he says can confirm, is not en route. He can confirm that. Now, I'm sure.
No, Nightingale said Otani is not capital NOT in Toronto. Otani is not capital NOT on a flight to Toronto. Otani is at home in Southern California.
So I said that's what
yeah,
Bob
but you said can. You didn't know. It's black and white.
Well, and yeah, he said that's what he said. He said he can confirm that he's not on that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that's
what I'm saying is that he can confirm Otani is not en route to Toronto. And the other guy is just saying decision is imminent, possibly as early as today. Well,
no, he doubled down on that tweet an hour ago and said sources, Shohei Ohtani is en route to Toronto today. Now, he goes further and says that no deal has been reached. But the way that I choose to look at this, guys, is he's probably asking somebody, hey, is Shohei Ohtani going to Toronto today? And his source came back to him and said, yes. There is no lost in translation where it could mean one thing to one reporter and another thing to another reporter. We see those stories all the time where there's some, gray area where you can see how both sides could say different things. This is pretty clear. He's either on a plane and going to Toronto today or he's not. How we have two different major reporters saying two opposite things here just feels a little weird to me.
Well, I guess the thing you always look at is for Nightingale, what did he do to confirm it? And this guy here, who is his outside source telling him, you got both ends of the spectrum. I mean, you're talking about way off. I mean, you're as far from A to Z as you're ever going to be for something like this. I think the story is Toronto, and why Toronto, if he does sign with Toronto, if that happens in the next 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever, 24 hours, what enticed Shohei Ohtani to go to the Toronto Blue Jays? Was it obviously the money is going to be pretty much the same, I think, for whomever signs him. But is there an outside force, a mitigating force? His buddy from high school that pitches there? Is it an Asian population, a Japanese population in Toronto? Did the marketing gurus get to him and say, look, Tag, you're it? Besides maybe one or two hockey players that are up here in Toronto or in Montreal or in Ottawa, or Vancouver, you're it. You're the face, not only of baseball, you could be the face of Canada. And if that trumps hockey or not, well, yet to be seen. But there's so much upside that whomever's talking to him to convince him to do that, aside from playing baseball. That's how I look at something like that.
Our friend Steve Peters, who was on our show earlier today, he posted just recently, says Arizona could always use a little star power to help us get a new arena built. And it's a jersey with Ohtani, a sweater, number 17, a Coyotes jersey. Ohtani can play hockey, right? I wonder if he could skate. I'm sure he can. He
could learn very quick. He could learn. He's a hell of an athlete, is right too. I mean, the sources and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's great, but it's fun to try to connect the dots. But you have one guy he's over there. He's on the chalkboard connecting the. Yeah, one guy that's chalkboard's clean. Nothing to see here, folks. I can confirm that he is not headed there. So that chalkboard's clean. And then you got a guy over here. You have the flight here to there, Timbuktu, the girlfriend, dinner plans, announcement. And has anybody tried to contact the Blue Jays at all in this whole thing?
Oh, I'm sure they have. And I'm sure the CAA, who's the agency for Ohtani, they're not commenting right now. I'm sure everybody's called everybody, anybody.
I can just hear the comment from Blue Jays. We have neither confirm or deny. That would be a very strong, well, it could be versus no. Or is anybody even at the complex over there at the Blue Jays complex?
Ohtani and his team did not want a lot of this stuff being discussed publicly. They did not want it to be known who he was meeting with, where he was going. That was a big deal to Ohtani and his side, that he wanted to keep this on the quieter side. So, I mean, Dave Roberts came out and said that the team met with Shohei Ohtani, and it caused everyone was like, oh no, did Dave Roberts just ruin the Dodgers' chance because he talked about it out loud? Like, that's the level that this went on during the winter meeting. So this could be, this could have an impact potentially if a deal isn't done, that these leaks came out that he potentially was going to Toronto.
Yeah, but this is such a big story for the amount of money more than anything that he's going to sign for it. This is unheard of money. So, everybody and their mother's got their eyeballs, their ears as to the number and where he ends up. Because at this point, how do you hide something like that? I mean, there's people all over the place. If you go to dinner, if you meet him in a hotel and people are tracking, Dave Roberts just had dinner with Ohtani at the Beverly Hills Hillshire Hotel. And I mean, people are going to track this because of the magnitude of this contract, probably more so than anything. So if Ohtani's people want to keep it on the down low, just stay at your house and have people make calls or do whatever.
There's already Blue Jay fans trying to get into Ticketmaster. I just saw something on Twitter that Ticketmaster for several Toronto games is now down, and he hasn't even signed yet.
It's blown
That's
up.
incredible.
Blown up the season tickets or individual tickets.
Hey, another storyline that we just found out about, and and you got to show me or send me the link there, Jax. But Jax just reported during the break that Ohio State, there's rumor that McCord, who was the quarterback, who had one loss all season, he got a transfer portal. It looks as though he may be leaning towards Nebraska. But now we're hearing that all 22 starters for the Buckeyes are either going to get drafted or going to go into the draft, declare for the draft, or they're going into the transfer portal. All 22 starters.
That's amazing.
So that means I'm all over Missouri in the bowl game.
Oh,
depending on who's playing for Missouri.
I mean, you look at Cade Stover, tight end. He's going to probably go to the draft. He's a redshirt senior. Travion Henderson, redshirt sophomore running back, probably going to go to the draft. Marvin going to the draft. Emeka Buka going to the draft. JT, go on. And then some of the other holes to fill in there, either in the portal or, like you mentioned, the NFL draft. So
Marvin Harrison could go in the draft.
He's going to go.
Yeah, he's not coming back. I don't care if he makes 15 or 20 million. He's going to go make a lot of dinero going to the National Football League.
It's just,
but the transfers is what blows me away, especially your starting quarterback to leave Ohio State and maybe go play at Nebraska. I mean, there's something up with Ryan Day in that program that just, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't even feel right with that kind of. I can understand the guys going on in the draft. Now, there's a lot of juniors, and are there a lot of juniors leaving for the draft early? That would tell me a story, along with the transfer portal, that there's some kind of internal stuff going on when you have guys leaving early to go to the NFL or the guys going on the portal. So if there's a lot of the underclassmen leaving, not wanting to come back, maybe they felt we've done enough. We can't beat Michigan. Our stock is high. Let's leave now. Okay, I get it. But to see underclassmen and then all the transfer portal guys go and leave Ohio State, that's something's up. Something is definitely up with that program for that to happen.
I am just
that's amazing.
Floored.
Yeah.
How bad is that for football if this becomes something that it's going to happen yearly? I mean, Arizona State lost a bunch of guys the last couple of days. You know,
just stay.
I haven't heard much at Arizona.
Break.
All right, we'll take a quick one. We'll come back. More Roc and Manuch continues from right to it.
Check this
Clear.
out. This is The Herd.
You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
So it is official. It's official. The San Francisco 49ers are the most talented team in the league. It's not worth arguing. They're 9-0 when healthy. They blew the doors off the Cowboys and humiliated the Eagles. When healthy, it's the best roster in the league. It's not particularly close.
This is The Herd. Monday at 10. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 westbound near Riggs Road, we have an accident off right. Stop and go traffic from McCartney Road. 10 westbound near Elliott, the right lane is blocked by a crash there. And 17 southbound near Thunderbird, we have an accident off to the right.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
The road is a formidable foe. Cars, trucks, buses, bicyclists are all a part of your daily drive. That's where Brake Masters comes in. Get your vehicle in Brake Masters shape today. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters.
We give you an honest break.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Day night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The Arizona Gym Rats Boys Club basketball program at Legacy Park is having its winter season tryouts Wednesday, December 13th from 6 to 7 p.m. Open for 1st to 8th grade players and to all skill levels. Sign up by going to EliteSportsAZ.com. That's December 13th at Legacy Park.
The fight starts now! On Saturday, December 16,
Legacy is decided in the desert.
fireworks guaranteed as unbeaten flyweight superstars Jesse Bam Rodriguez and England's Showtime Sonny Edwards put it all on the line.
And it's sizzling World Championship unification.
Big-time boxing returns to Glendale's Desert Diamond Arena on December 16. Don't miss out on the action. Tickets on sale now.
Starting from just $30.
Book yours now at Ticketmaster.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We're back with a report on a big new craze that is sweeping the nation.
Boy bands are back in style?
No, the Win Big Sweepstakes with Marathon Arco rewards.
Tell me more.
Each time you fill up or buy items, you enter to win prizes like a new SUV, free gas for a year, and more.
Those prizes are as good as the return of the boy bands.
Except they won't leave you for a solo career. Marathon Arco rewards Win Big Sweepstakes. Sign up today on the Marathon Arco rewards app online or at any participating station. Marathon, driven together. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's get ready for football! It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio.
One of the big plays in the National Football League this year has been the brotherly shove or the tush push by the Philadelphia Eagles. There's some multiple reports now that Roger Goodell may ban it. The commissioner wants to ban it. No action has yet to be taken now, and it won't happen. If it does, it'll happen during the offseason. But there are a few critics out there, including Green Bay Packers president CEO Mark Murphy, has been open about it, has raised it, thinks it needs to be eliminated. Some other head coaches and assistants have think it needs to be eliminated. But I'm like,
why? It reminds me of like the shift in baseball. No more shift in baseball. I can't do the tush push because why? Because it's so successful. You're not allowing your defensive line to stop a quarterback that somebody's outthought you with this. By the way, the Eagles do better than anybody. I mean, anybody. Now, you got a hell of a quarterback. He's a big guy.
They were already good with quarterback sneak, but
yeah, they were.
Hey, I just hope they run the ball against Dallas this week. Hey, here's what's on tap. It is Kings and Suns tonight, 7 o'clock, Channel 3. The FCS quarterfinals, you got number 7 Furman taking on the University of Montana Grizzlies, number 2 seeded. That's 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Tomorrow morning, Coyotes are at the Boston Bruins. It's at 11 a.m. on KSAW. You got a noon basketball game with Grand Canyon at Liberty. That's on ESPNU. Wisconsin is in Tucson to face the Wildcats. 1:15 is that game on ESPN. Arizona State's got the night game at San Diego. That's at 8:30 on the CBS Sports Network.
2 minutes.
Football tomorrow, Army-Navy at 1 o'clock on Channel 5, and then the Heisman Trophy ceremony, 6 o'clock on ESPN. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call results.
Who's your Heisman Trophy winner? Is it Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr.? You too can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Well, so far, it's neck and neck. Jaden Daniels, 36.4, along with Marvin Harrison Jr. At 36.4. Yeah, that's other vote. I've got Bo Nix myself, 18.2%. And then Michael Penix Jr., 9.1%. I went Bo Nix, Rock. That's right.
That's who you want, but who do you think is going to win?
I think Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, he's already won, the AP player. He's won a bunch of awards, so I think he's going to get it. Hey, on Monday, we will be out the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona for another Monday night tailgate, Titans and Dolphins. That'll be the game we're hosting. There's 2 games that night. 6:15, we'll have both games on, but the jackpot and all the contests will all be with the Dolphins and Titans. So we look forward to doing that. Don't forget, tomorrow, beginning at 9 o'clock, Backspin the Golf Show. They got a lot to talk about with John Rahm, followed by Take the Points, which Jax, Bauer, and Gross will host from the CAZ Sportsbook. And then all weekend, it's open, Wright Toyota. You're looking for a great selection, the right selection, come on out to Wright Toyota. You can always go online. They got everything on their website as too. And don't forget the 5 65-inch TVs, giving those away on Thursday all weekend long.
30.
Go on text and just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. You can do it once a day. So get in, and hopefully you can win one of those big screen TVs.
20.
So for Jax, for Shu, Jimmy B had a rough week. We gave him off today. For Manuch, I'm Rock. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday at 1.
Clear.